दंडोत प्रणाम करते
हाँ प्रभु एक
प्रभु वन चेयर इधर
बोलो बोलो हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj ki For me, 2 minutes means 2 hours. I hope Devkinandan Prabhu is not hearing this. Maharaj is very, very merciful, especially to me and all of you. I was accidentally sitting with Maharaj one day on the same chair in Bhaktivedanta manner when the play was going on. But I didn't know that he is such an elevated soul. But they just made me sit next to him. And after the play got over, Ramayana play, very beautifully done by Hungarian devotees. So we started to exchange. And very quickly, see, the preaching started. Maharaj very quickly imparted to me the first seed verses. Very quickly. But because we were both speaking Gujarati, so he gave me in Gujarati. And Maharaj told me that this seed verse will work through you. And I'm sure all of you know the seed verse. Do you all know this? Aham sarvas, recite with me. Aham sarvasya prabhavo, vatara sarvam pravardate, iti matva bhajante ma, buddha bhava samandita.
मद्गता प्राण बोधयन्ता परस्परं कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते जीवनकां पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता.
And of course after that, like Devkinandan Prabhu was just telling, chapter 12 and chapter 15. But last 40 years, I only know these four verses. Everything else I have to look into the Bhagavad Gita. But Maharaj imparted this. Believe me, you try and understand what I am saying. Then Maharaj transmitted this into me. So I never have to think about these 4 verses. So that is how Maharaj was. I looked at him from very old. Rather, it was my good fortune that we were sitting on the same. It was my, what to do, impurities in me that I started to sit with him on the same platform, not knowing what elevated soul Maharaj was. From that time, Maharaj was 10 years in Vanprastha, in our Soho temple, which is right in the city, London city. So Maharaj was doing to and fro for 10 years, studying and preparing. And after 10 years, one day came, before he took initiation from Jayadit Prabhu or Maharaj. And then a time came when he was about to take sannyas. So His Holiness Shivram Swami Maharaj in London, he gave Maharaj a sannyas. So after sannyas, we were very happy that Maharaj, you are a sannyasi now, Danda, you know. But believe me, that faith Maharaj had in Lord, I cannot describe to you. Very, very deep, you have to understand how that faith worked. After more than 70 years, he could hardly walk. That age. When Maharaj was coming from Soho temple to our Bhaktivedanta temple, it could take about, by tubes, once I brought Maharaj by train, it's very difficult age. So we bought him a in London, old people, many aged senior devotees, they got a three-wheeler. You know, three-wheeler you might have looked. So Maharaj was driving that. And it was very nice, blue color, I don't know where it is now. But Maharaj used to drive from Soho temple to our Bhaktivedanta manor. That way Maharaj took a sannyas. When Maharaj took a sannyas, he was all attractive. Because in London, we had majority of our Indian communities from East Africa, mainly Gujaratis and other from Bombay and Marathis and like that, you know. So Maharaj was very attractive. Whoever came to him, Maharaj, 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 Maharaj. Nobody else, like I'm not making offenses, but other sannyasis were not, nobody cared about him. Believe me, I saw it. Everybody wants to go to Mahavishnu, Maharaj. But that is the way he was. Great preacher, transcendental. I will give you one or two very hidden things that happened. That first thing I remember, that how powerful Maharaj spiritually is, I tell you. Okay? First thing is he took sannyas. After the sannyas level, Tamal Krishna Maharaj walked in, the very second day. So, Tamal Krishna Maharaj, right hand of Srila Prabhupada, very tough. And we have to, like our Vaishnava Sevadas, he's like Tamal Krishna, very tough. Haribol, you should go in. I'm giving him this name now, because he's also firing me now and then. Every now and then, okay. Because I'm used to the very big firing on the top. So now I can tolerate it. So if he fires, you don't worry, because we have Somnath, Porbandar, so many projects are coming under him. It's okay when we glorify Maharaj or its devotees. There's no difference. When the Rath Yatra was happening, we had so many Rath Yatras. And I used to tell him, Prabhu, you keep one gap. No, you don't worry, says. From Rajkot, we are going straight to, Cambodia, then we are going to Dwarka, Porbandar. I said, Prabhu, keep one gap. Sometimes one tire comes out. And for me, so many years experience, 40 years experience. I said, okay, whatever, but he leads from front. So my humble request, my prayers, not humble request, but my prayers, this 2024, I want all of you to commit to these projects. Porbandar, Somnath, and we have in us great leader, spiritual great leader after Mahavishnu Maharaj, is Devkinandan Prabhu. I myself try to hear every lecture of him. I wish I was staying in Singapore. Believe me. Then I could go to his lotus feet every day. Because, believe me, Prabhu, this is a very difficult task. And after so many years to stay contentment, like to be studied in the spirit, it is very difficult. But here we have a great devotee amongst us. Even when we reach out all the scriptures, Sanatana Goswami, we read everything in Chaitanya Charitamrita. But we are fortunate. By Maharaj's mercy. By Maharaj's mercy, we have got Devkinandan Prabhu. I wish I could take him to Porbandar. But who will fight all the legal system in Singapore? So I will tell you two stories. And then Tamal Krishna Maharaj, I went to pay obeisance to him, called Mahavishnu. Oh, so Maharaj was upstairs. Devkinandan Prabhu, remember that sannyas room in Bhaktivedanta manor? So Maharaj was upstairs, and all the other presidents, Shutakirti, and they were all there. Shruti Dharma Prabhu, and laughing and joking. So I paid obeisance, first obeisance after he took the name. I said, Maharaj, Tamal Krishna Maharaj is calling me. Tamal Krishna Maharaj? Me? Why? Come. So, everybody. I have seen all the sannyasis afraid of Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Giriraj Swami, Siddhar Swami, Gopa Krishna Maharaj, all when I was serving in Juhu. So I said, if you take Tamal Krishna Maharaj, they are all straight. Just like when Vaishnava Sevadas Prabhu comes to Porbandar, everybody is coming. Everybody is. When Sunday I was doing Vyasa Puja for Maharaj, I saw half of the guys disappear. So now I am going to teach him. Please, every time my classes come, I say Vaishnava Sevadas come. So they will come. Nothing is sure, who cares? No problem. Anytime. Now I will tell you don't mind if I continue. 2 minutes, 2 hours, okay. He said 2 hours. two very important things about preaching. I brought one photograph. You know, I can speak for a long day. This photograph I want you to look at, everybody. Why? The difficulties in preaching. This photograph shows, which everybody should look at it. And then in the end, everybody has to give this to Devinand Prabhu. Maharaj was going to the difficult places to preach. So here, he wanted to go to Middle East. I said, Maharaj, you can't go to Middle East because the Arab world don't like our chevron dresses. So it is very difficult if you go to Middle East to preach. He says, no, I want to go to Dubai. So in the morning, Vaishnava Sevadas Prabhu, and they brought a dress, like, you know, normal dress you will see here. Because you cannot land in chevron even in Singapore. I will tell you about Singapore then early days. But Maharaj said, I want to go to preach. You know what happened? Maharaj went to Dubai. My cousin's hotel was there. So they said, we can't keep Maharaj in the hotel. So they took Maharaj to the home. And thereafter, into Abu Dhabi. And all the disciples, they come from Kerala. How many are from Kerala? Why? Few hands only. Enda Vishesham? Sugamtanayo? I'm speaking Malayali. So Maharaj went to Middle East and started to preach, and we got a very nice Kerala Yatra. And so many like that. He started to preach very well. Then Singapore. When Maharaj came to Singapore, because Tamal Krishna Maharaj sent him to Fiji. Fiji Yatra was there. So Tamal Krishna Maharaj says, Mahavishnu, now you go to Fiji. And Tamal Krishna Maharaj told me, he said, Kishore, arrange the tickets. So that was like 800 pounds, round the world ticket. Maharaj said, so 200 pounds Mahesh Prabhu, then some of your god brothers, Dhananjay and all this. Everybody else chopped to 200 pounds and we put Maharaj on the flight. Bye bye, tata. Maharaj kept traveling around the world. I was in India and I said, man, come to India. We had a big Bhagavad Saptah in Borivali for the first time. After that, Maharaj left for Singapore. I said, Maharaj, Singapore is very difficult. They don't allow like China. He was insisting, no, I know why I'm going to Singapore. And you know what happened? All of you, see the mercy? Yeah, look at the mercy. And we cannot get anybody else like Mahavishnu Maharaj. One verse. See the verse here? I was just looking at the verse. Everything is simplified in this verse. The holy name, the association, like that. So this is the way Maharaj, 2 minutes, 1 minute more? Okay, 1 minute. I'll tell you one nice story Mahavishnu Maharaj did. I can go on speaking like this, you know. But one story I will tell you which he really kept telling us again and again. This name was there, Narottam. But he was actually from Coventry. You know, we went to Coventry's house, but I don't know to say the Coventry story. This Mahavishnu Maharaj used to tell us one very nice, and he used to make us laugh because he was born to make us laugh. And then the other part was seriousness. Take one verse slow, and he dissected every verse and explained us. So Maharaj used to tell us this story that there was one Narottam, I'll say Rajkot, okay? One Narottam in Rajkot. So one day Lord Krishna was on the swing, you know? Lord was on the swing, so Narad Muni came and he said, oh, Bhagwan, you are alone today? You don't have any company? Where is Lakshmi ji? Oh, he said, Lakshmi ji is somewhere here. So if you want, I can bring something from Rajkot. Oh, very good. So the Lord Krishna says, okay, go to that Narottam Das, who is staying on the Kalavat road, you bring him first. So Narad Muni said, no problem for me to bring any from the planet. And Narad Muni thought that everybody is ready to go. Nobody is ready to go. So what happened, you know, he came down, the Lord, Narad Muni came down to Narottam Bhai and said, oh, Narottam Bhai said, Are, Lord Krishna, you are here visiting me? Oh, what is my bhagya that I am having your nice darshan? Please come to my... But you know what Narottam Bhai is doing, like everybody else is doing? Having a cup of tea in the morning and reading Gujarat Samachar. This is the first thing in the material world. Early morning newspaper and sipping the tea. Then he was wondering why Narad Muni has come. Then he said very humbly that, oh, you know, the Lord is alone there and he wants to come and give him a... Really? The Supreme Lord Krishna wants me? Yes, Narottam, you please come with me. So, oh, why don't you give me one chance? My son is about to get married. So as soon as he gets married, then I am going to come. Oh, Narad Muni said, what to do now? Okay, Narad Muni said, let me go one round. You know, so he went to Brahmalok and to Indra. By the time he came back again, so again this guy was in the morning, newspaper, drinking tea. He didn't want to go. So what happened? Did your son get married? Yes. My son got married. So let's go. No. Just one last chance. What do you want in last chance? You know, I can see my grandson's picture, the face of my grandson. As soon as I've seen the grandchild, I'm coming. I'm ready to go. So Narad Muni said, what to do now? The Supreme Lord is waiting, asking, come and make somebody sit next to me, you know. And then Narad Muni went again. So the third time when Narad Muni came to his house, this guy Narottam got frightened. So what happened? While running upstairs, he fell down, and what happened? He died. He left his body. Narad Muni got so afraid, so much afraid, that he ran back to the Lord. Krishna says, what is wrong with you? Why are you so... He said, yeah, there is a problem. What is the problem? Then Narottam, you asked me, he left his body, he's died. Krishna says, no, he's still there. Okay? He's still there? Yeah. He said, look at down there. You know that dog outside on the gate? That is Narottam. Really? Yeah. So go now and say hello to Narottam. So the Narad Muni came here. This is how Maharaj used to tell us. He came down and he lifted one ear of the dog and said, Narottam. He said, how? Please go away. So Narottam, Narad Muni, he fled. He fled in such a speed, just like our ISRO is sending, you know. Bolo, His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj ki. And I am very thankful to all of you from Singapore and all the disciples. Please take this moment very, very seriously, and we have two stalwarts here. Please try and get together, and we have to build 2 or 3 temples. And please be with us all. Get all the energy ready. And you know, that is what I'm praying. I'm praying for everyone. Okay? Hare Krishna.
અહીંયા મેં મસ્ત સેટઅપ કર્યું અને ત્યાં હલાવી નહીં.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Ram Rama. Hare Hare. थोड़ा हम लोग एक ट्रांसलेशन में ब्रेक ले रहे हैं. हाँ? आप लोग सब खड़े होके, क्योंकि 56 लोग अभी निकालेंगे, तो आप 56 को दर्शन करके आप आ जाइए, माताजी लोग और बाद में प्रभु जी लोग सब लोग खड़े दर्शन पर दर्शन करके आ जाइए. एक परिक्रमा करके आ जाइए सब लोग 56 दर्शन करके आ जाइए. थोड़ा फ्रेश भी हो जाएंगे आप लोग. हरे कृष्ण.
जय श्री महाविष्णु गोस्वामी महाराज की. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj ki. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
जिनका दर्शन हो गया आइए सब लोग यहाँ पे बैठ जाइए सब लोग बैठ जाइए प्रभु जी दर्शन का बाकी है प्रभु जी को जा रही हो बता Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. of a break, so maybe you get to stand up, take beautiful darshan. Really, we want to thank Nanda Kishore Prabhu for giving us such a wonderful insight into Maharaj. Now we're going to have disciples of Maharaj coming forward. I'd like to invite Surya Chandra Prabhu, who is from New Zealand and who has been a stalwart devotee in giving so much support and so much of his wisdom and experience to us in our projects, in the development of Krishna consciousness in Rajkot. Surya Chandra Prabhu, please, you can make your offering to Maharaj.
Hare Krishna. His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, 104th Vyasa Puja Mahamahotsav ki. Prabhu, first thing, I'm not exalted devotee, but thank you so much for glorifying me. I'm not really worth of it. Let me start my whatever glorification I've done for Maharaj. But yes, the glorification by Nanda Kishore Prabhu was fantastic. I really enjoyed, and now I know who's Maharaj and what he is. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते महाविष्णु गोस्वामी इति नामने नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचार निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखम करोति वाचालम पंगुम गंगर्वयते यत् कृपा तम अहम वंदे परमानंद माधवम. I offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, the deliverer of the fallen souls. His mercy turns the dumb into eloquent speakers and enables the lame to cross the mountains. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 17.18. This is a very nice verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, which really is for Gurudev. तितिक्ष्वाः करुणिकाः सहृदं सर्वदेहिनां अजात शत्रव शान्तः साधवं साधुभूषणाः. The symptoms of a sadhu are that he is tolerant, merciful and friendly to all living entities. He has no enemies, he is peaceful, he abides by the scriptures and all his characters are sublime. Gurudev, you are so merciful that you have given me this opportunity to do the service. Due to your mercy only, we got an opportunity every Wednesday to do the deity resting service at Sri Sri Radha Giridhari temple. Due to your mercy only, the temple authority in Auckland decided to send the festival deities to Sri Sri Ram Darbar, Ram, Rama, Ramanuj and Hanuman to our home. Otherwise, why we, the most unworthy, will receive this wonderful lifetime opportunity? You gave us so much of your time through your so many heart-touching classes, lectures, guidance and care. How many times in your all lectures and classes you have said the word please, please, requesting us not to waste this human birth and be engaged in devotional service. Wow, this is so unique that a guru is requesting his disciple to do the devotional service. You are really wonderful, Maharaj. You are very, very kind to us and all living entities. Krishna says in Srimad Bhagavatam 10:83. I, the soul of all beings, am not as satisfied by ritual, worship, Brahminical initiation, penances or self-discipline as I am by faithful service rendered to one spiritual master. How dear you must be to Krishna for your faithful service to Srila Prabhupada. You are always absorbed in your service to your spiritual master, setting such an exalted example for all your disciples to follow. Thank you, Gurudev, for picking me up and showing me there is something higher than this temporary material thing so-called pleasure. I am forever in your debt, Guru Maharaj. Gurudev, it is my sincere desire that I may be able to assist you in some small way in your service to Srila Prabhupada. Please allow me to stay in devotional service and please allow me to stay close to your Lord's feet and to your senior and sincere disciples. His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj ki Jai.
Thank you, Surya Chandra Prabhu. we'd like to invite Sri Ramchandra Prabhu, who is now based in Bangalore, but who used to be in Abu Dhabi for many years. He and many devotees came back to India, but their time spent with Maharaj in Abu Dhabi must have been very unique and very precious. So I leave it now in your good hands to share your realizations also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Ram Ram. Hare Hare. This was Mahavishnu Maharaj ki jai. So, of course, as Prabhuji just told me, I had first time we met in Abu Dhabi when Maharaj came there. That is time. We were never ready for anything because we normally go abroad to make money, right? But I got the best wealth I have ever had. So totally forget about that. And even after my retirement, I'm more busier than when I was working in the office. So it was all the more so wonderful. So it's just, I'll tell you one small story by which we can relate with Maharaj honestly. So there were 10 friends who went abroad and they were staying in the 100th floor in that building in America. So they went out after checking it out and pastime, looking at all the beautiful places. And then in the evening when they came back, they saw that the lift was now working. And said it will take a longer time. So all the 10 friends said, let us do one thing. Each one will tell some humorous story and we'll walk upstairs. So one by one they started. They started with the humorous story and going upstairs. So it was almost clearing the 100th floor. And it was the turn of the last person. So the last person said, I cannot tell any humorous story. My story is very, very sad, tragic. And it is only 1 or 2 words. They said, no, don't worry, just let us know. I forgot the key downstairs. So this, it is easy to laugh, but the point is, forgot the key. So what is that key? It's nothing but Krishna, right? See, in the day-to-day life, we are running around here and there. Just like in one of the flight, the Pope had announced. I got two announcements. One is bad and one is good. The good is that we are going at a fast, very speed, very fast we're going. Bad news is that we don't know where we are going. So that is the life we are going through now. So very difficult. So the key which we have lost in our day-to-day life, running, getting for money, then good education, all these things, we forgot Krishna. That is the key which we lost. So that's what actually Maharaj is teaching us. Today's class, no? The whole class was directly just to make us understand that verse. Not only understand, by the end of the class we memorize that verse. Especially that second line. Anybody can tell what is the second line? Very good. See, that's what. So actually, that's what when some years back, when we had a meeting with the people, they were all having. It was all, they thought that how can we make our Guru Maharaj's legacy go forward wherever we are. Because Abu Dhabi, afterwards you come back, you may be staying in various places, you may not have the same kind of devotees, maybe no devotees association. How can we make the flywheel? Somehow I took it to heart, I said, somehow I should make what Maharaj has taught us, that others has also learned this one. So there's somehow in Bangalore, we got a good association. And that's where it started, this pearls of wisdom. Because we had our own small association. I thought we'll just share it with my people in the apartments. But the person, when Anadi Jagannath Prabhu was Chaitanya Swami Maharaj's disciple, he said, why don't we share it in our group also, in temple group and all. So it went on reaching worldwide. So now today also, yesterday one Prabhu said, Prabhu, daily morning I'm waiting for your pearls of wisdom. I said, it's not mine, Prabhu, it's Maharaj, I'm just, whatever he has quoted, I'm just sharing it with all of you. So it's really Maharaj's mercy that he has given me this opportunity. And because he knows, if I am left to my alone, I will not be reading Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So to intensify my Bhagavad Gita, it gives me to read this, and so many people want my classes. My classes are basically to read, people want to recite the shlokas in how Maharaj has taught us these shlokas. Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. So they loved that. So it's my blessings that I was able to learn from Maharaj and all my god sisters, Javajind Mataji. So really So now they are taking into it. So by Krishna's mercy, 5 days a week I'm taking Zoom classes for the recitation of Swarupas and some lessons. And then ISKCON Sheshayapuram, they also have been giving me opportunity to take Sunday feast class there. Then Anupur Prabhu, the president of ISKCON Sheshayapuram, he also, they say that Narayana Kavacham, Narasimha Kavacham and Ganina Moksha, which I recited and shared with everyone, they said the recitation is so wonderful. So they, every morning they are taking that as a recitation, they love to hear those recitations. So I felt very nice because whatever Maharaj taught me, I am sharing with others. So really I am very thankful for giving me this opportunity. So thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Maharaj.
I'd like to invite Govindam Prabhu to please come forward and make the offering. Govindam Prabhu is now based in Baroda, but previously he was also in Abu Dhabi, and he has taken upon himself to support so many of our projects. Very wonderful devotee, and we're very happy to have him here.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmitanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. This is our greatest fortune that on the auspicious day of our Vyasa Puja, our beloved Eternal Father, we are given a chance to express our deep sense of gratitude towards Him. We have no qualification to glorify you, Param Puja Gurudev, because of our irregularity in study, laziness, and not serious in executing your instruction. Every time we struggle to write Vyasa Puja offering. The glories of great Vaishnavas are unlimited. And in Shiv Puran, there is one, Shiv Puran states the magnanimity of great Vaishnava. Asitagiri samam syat kajanam sindhu patre Suratarvar Shakha Lekhani Patra Murvi Likhanti Yadi Gritva Sharada Sharana Kalam Tadapi Tava Gunanam Isha Param Nayati. If the black mountain be the ink, the ocean the ink pot, the branch of the stout wishing fulfilling tree a pen, the earth the writing leaf, and if taking this, the goddess of learning writes for eternity, even then the limit of your virtues will not be reached. So Maharaj, you are imbibed with all the great Vaishnava's quality. With our bleak devotion and love, we shall try to glorify you, Maharaj, with this Srimad Bhagavatam verses 11.11.29 to 32. In this verse, there are around 28-29 qualities are given. I'll just list down. Each quality Maharaj imbibed in a great extent, and the greatest thing we should, what we learn from Maharaj is Karuna, and he always followed by his own example all these qualities, and in abundance he is having this quality. So Krupalu, unable to tolerate sufferings of others. Akruta Droha, never injures others. Titikshaha, forgiving. Satyasaraha, one who lives by truth. Anvadya Atma, a soul free from envy and jealousy. Samaha, consciousness is equal in happiness and in distress. Sarva Upkarakaha, always endeavoring as far as possible for welfare of others. Kamahi Ahata, whose intelligence is undisturbing by material distress, desires. Dantaha, controlling the external senses. Mruduhu, without harsh mentality. Suchihi, always well behaved. Akinchana, without possessiveness. Anihi, free from worldly activities. Midabhogaha, eating austerely. Shantaha, controlling the mind. Sthiraha, remaining steady in one's prescribed duty. Matsharan, accept me as only shelter. Munihi, thoughtfulness. Apramataha, cautious and sober. Gabir Atma, not superficial and thus unchanging. Dhritiman, not weak in distracting circumstances. Chitashata Gunaha, having conquered 6 material qualities: hunger, thirst, lamentation, illusion, old age, and death. Amani, without desire of prestige. Manadaha, offering all respect to others. Kalyaha, expert in reviving the Krishna consciousness of others. Maitraha, true friend. Karunika, acting in compassion. Kavihi, completely learned. So Maharaj, you have all these qualities in abundance. And just with my very I would like to share few examples of one of the qualities, Karunika. So in Abu Dhabi, in initial days when Maharaj came, when nobody much was knowing Maharaj, and he was not accompanied by anyone. He just came in the morning. As our Yatra at Swamsruti Prabhuji, he came in the morning, but Prabhuji had gone to the office, so he stayed at the ground floor in one of the outside one of the shops, and throughout the whole day he waited for Prabhuji. And the evening when Prabhuji came to know, and then he asked Prabhuji, Maharaj, why Maharaj you did not come? The keys are there, everybody is there at home. So Maharaj said that no, like you should do your duty. I did not want to disturb you in your duty. So you should do your duty properly. Once you do your duty properly, then only you can go forward in Krishna consciousness. So this is how Maharaj is teaching us from his example, like how to be austere, how to do our duty properly. In advanced age also he taught us by his own example, like washing the clothes, even up till later his life, and like just maybe 1 month, 10-15 days before he left his body, he used to wash his clothes on his own. And also he said, he always be very careful that not to misuse any of the Krishna's energy, whether it be material or marginal energy. Like in the material energy, he used to use, like if you have seen his diaries, they are all with pencils and pens. So they are all fully written without any space left. So that he is very careful that he does not waste. He did not waste any of the Krishna's energy. Same way, he taught us how to wash the clothes in this flow direction. You have to wash the clothes, or so that it can remain for a longer time. So all those things he is teaching us in a very practical way and in a shastrical way. And also, very much important. Like after if our clothes are dirty, we normally keep it in one of the buckets for washing. So he did not like to do it. He was just folding it and keep it aside so that he can wash it later on. So all these things are very much. There are many more examples which we can take from his life and we can learn from him. Also, in the later stage of the life, always like he says sorry, thank you. All those words are very frequently coming from him. Like even in the Bhaktivedanta hospital, if the liftman, he also says sorry, thank you, all these things. So, the point is like Maharaj has taught us all these things by his own personal example, and this is how we should try to learn from Maharaj, and by following his instructions only we can associate with him. We can please him. So by following, because I'm not that good at following his instruction, so there are two punching points for me. Srila Prabhupada has written at many locations is written, but this is like for the following Maharaj instructions. What he is writing is to follow the instruction of spiritual master, is to follow the instruction of Supreme Person. And as soon as we are accustomed to this habit, then all our misgivings and material existence are over. Also, one of the purport, Srila Prabhupada says that by following the footsteps of great Acharya, one associates with the Hamsas or Paramansas, those who are completely free from material contamination. Indeed, by following the instructions of Acharya, one is always freed from all material contamination, and thus one's life becomes successful, for one reaches the goal of life. So this is I would like to end my offering, and without acknowledging my elder brothers and sisters, from whom I am getting so many instructions and support to carry forward Maharaj, to follow the Maharaj instructions. Without that, I cannot end this. So I am very much thankful to His Grace Devanand Prabhu, Vaishnava Sarvaji, Kalchitraji, and also all other our goddess, goddesses. And also very important thing in our life is our Abu Dhabi Yatra, where we have learned so many things, and so many our senior godmothers, sisters taught us very lovingly, which we will never forget in our life, and we will carry on, carry on our journey following Maharaj instructions. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Govinda Prabhu. Now, Mano Subarna Prabhu, you are coming now, and thank you so much for joining us. Prabhu is in Abu Dhabi, okay? He hasn't left Abu Dhabi. He's very much there. He's been with the congregation for so many years. I'm very inspired that you are here today, Prabhu. I leave it to you now.
Thank you. I think today we are starting with all Abu Dhabi devotees, those who are settled in India and those I am currently in Abu Dhabi. Prabhuji and Mataji's Abu Dhabi is blissful and blessful because in Krishna consciousness because of our Maharaj for the last 20 plus years. And also it's a celebration whenever Devananda Prabhuji comes to Abu Dhabi and gives a lecture. We had great devotees like Sri Ram Chandra Prabhu and Purnabhaja Prabhu, Rishikesh Prabhu, Sajjan Priya, Krishna Prasad Prabhu, all are now settled in India. And I think my honest feeling is without Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada, I would have returned back to India with only some money, some bank balances. But now I am going to come back to India with Krishna in my heart, only because of Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. And I just want to read offering from our Yatra leader, His Grace Swayam Smriti Krishna Dattaji. It's a long one, but I will cut it short. He has quoted one beautiful verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 12, 13, 18. And all of you all know Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yad Vaishnavanam Priyam Yasmin Paramaham Cham Ekam Amalam Janam Paramagiyate Tatra Jnana Vairagya Bhakti Saitam Naishkarnam Avskritam Tachavanan Supatan Vicharan Paro Bhakti Vibhichanaraha. Now I don't have to read a translation because all of you know. Prabhuji, our Yatra leader, Swami Smriti Krishna Dattaji said, Maharaj, in our programs in Abu Dhabi, your discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam were not just informative but transformative. Well, we had limited association with you in Abu Dhabi and India. Listening to you talk about Srimad Bhagavatam were unforgettable. You did not just teach us, you made us feel the power of words. Your excitement from Srimad Bhagavatam expressed to everyone who hears you, inspiring us all to love and learn from it more. Your dedication in learning, sharing and living by Srimad Bhagavatam's teaching is a great example for us. It shows how much this book means to us and how it can change the people's life. Now last one para, he has written a long offering. I'm just reading it, winding up now. Maharaj, at present, Girivaraj Prabhu, Jaikesha Prabhu, Sadashiva Prabhu and Chaitanya Bhagavan along with their family members are working very hard, very hard and sincerely to build the congregation in Abu Dhabi post-COVID. Krishna Kinkar, the youngest among us, is amazingly dedicated, attending the entire program and filling it with just heartfelt kirtan, skillful mridanga playing and harmonious melodious. On this auspicious day, I humbly request your special blessing for these devotees. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for your continued tolerance, for bestowing upon us your blessing more than we deserve, and for keeping us under your shelter even though we are not worth you. He was aspiring humble servant, Swami Smriti Krishna Dattaji and his family. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. I went up because we don't know to talk too much. My words, I am not a realized person. I am just learning. And all glories to all our senior leaders. Thank you, Maharaj.
Thank you, Surana Prabhu. Thank you. We'd like to invite Samanjas Prabhu. Samanjas Prabhu used to be in Singapore. Some of us remember him very much. He was an expert pujari and he took care of the deities very nicely. Today he's based in Chennai and I'm requesting him on behalf of the Chennai congregation to make the offering to Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Samanjas Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Actually, I'm not fit for this job, but I still wanted to try. So first of all, I wanted to seek for blessings all the Asuma devotees here, so that I can try my best. So Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. Our glories to Srila Prabhupada, our glories to you, and our glories to all the Vaishnavas assembled here. So I'm going to read, couple of slokas and then I'm trying to, glorify Maharaj. So in Srimad Bhagavatam 799, Prahlad Maharaj says, Manyedana Bijana Rupa Tapaha Sutojas Teja Prabhava Palapaurusha Buddhiyoha Narayanaya Gibabanti Parasya Pumso Bhaktya Tritocha Bhagavan Gajayu Tapaya. Prahlad Maharaj says, when we possess wealth and an aristocratic family, beauty, austerity, education, sensory expertise, luster, influence, physical strength, diligence, intelligence, and mystic yogi power. But I think that even all these qualifications cannot satisfy Supreme Person of Godhead. However, one can satisfy the Lord simply by devotional service. Gajendra did this, and thus the Lord was satisfied with him. There is another very beautiful sloka that from the Hanuman says, it is from Srimad Bhagavatam 5:19-7. Najanmanunam magato na saubhagam navana buddhi na kritito saketu teret visistan abhinova naukasas sakara sakhe badalakshmana grajaha. One cannot establish a friendship with the Supreme Lord Ramachandra on the basis of material qualities such as one's birth in an aristocratic family, one's personal beauty, one's eloquence, one's sharp intelligence, or one's superior race or nation. None of these qualifications is actually prerequisite for friendship with the Lord Ramachandra. Otherwise, how is it possible that although we uncivilized inhabitants of the forest have not taken noble births, although we have no physical beauty, and although we cannot speak like gentlemen, Lord Ramachandra has nevertheless accepted us as friends. Her Grace Shanti Mataji, who is the mother of Prasanna Lakshmi Mataji and Vidya Mataji, left her body at the age of 78 in Chennai on 19 November 2023, the early morning. In the previous evening, on 18th November, we had a Bhagavad Gita program in their house. For the program, Shanti Mataji prepared a sweet made of coconut, and also she helped to cut the vegetables to cook the prasadam. This was in this way, Mataji served all the Vaishnavas who attended the program in their house. Next day early morning, she had a chest pain, and by Maharaj mercy, she could remember and chant the holy name of the Lord, and was and by touching the Lord's lotus feet and blindly by touching Maharaj's lotus feet, she left her body and have taken Gurudev's and Lord's lotus feet eternally. On that day, His Grace Poonam Pramana Prabhuji reminded me one sloka that I wanted to quote here. Anayasena Maranam Vina Dainena Jivanam. Dehi me Kripya Krishna Toi Bhakti Ajanchalam. The following explanation Maharaj has given the lecture. So Maharaj mentioned that the devotees always seek three things actually. The first thing is Anavesena Maranam, means very easy death. We are sitting here just now, give us alive and drop there. Now, no becoming invalid or becoming burden to the family or in the hospital or at somewhere. And then give us Vina Dainyana Jivana. Our life should not depend upon anybody else. Till we are alive, we should be fully capable of doing our own activities. We should be financially self-sufficient. We should not spread our form to anybody. And this type of life, Vina Dainyana Jivan. And the last thing he is asking is Dehi me Kripaya Krishna Doi Bhakti Achanchalam. Give me your Achanchala Bhakti, unflinching faith. Give me that. Otherwise, we will be completely entangled in this material world. Till that, we don't leave. Not only till that, after death also. So Shanti Mataji has followed your instructions sincerely with unflinching faith. She was regularly performing Mangalarti, chanting 16 rounds minimum and reading Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So what I understand here is that performing Mangalarti, chanting, reading Prabhupada's book and performing whatever the services available to serve the devotees and lordships till the last day, he or she automatically becomes eligible to get the eternal shelter of Gurudev and Lord Krishna by their mercy. This is the minimum qualification required to get an eternal shelter of Gurudev and Krishna. As Prahlad Maharaj pointed, even by all material qualification, one cannot satisfy the Supreme Personal Godhead. But one can satisfy Lord simply by devotional service. Hanumanji also prays that none of these material qualifications are actually prerequisites for friendship with the Lord Sri Ramachandra. He further says, we have not taken noble births, have no beautiful physical beauty and cannot speak like gentlemen. Still Lord Ramachandra has accepted as friends. So even the spiritual life also, one may be a temple president for many years, temple commander, dynamic preacher and preaching globally, and many more various great positions in ISKCON. Definitely these positions are required to play effectively to guide the devotees, smooth running of the temple programs, protect the temple and the devotees, maintain the temple standards, and importantly preaching effectively and bringing many more souls under the shelter of Sri Prabhupada. But it is not mandatory for each and everyone to be part of this position to get an eternal shelter of Gurudev and Krishna's lotus feet. I understand that regular sadhana is more important and it starts with the Mangalarti. Maharaj is very particular on this and always insists to never miss the Mangalarti in any circumstance of our life. When I had a great fortune to take Maharaj association in the very last part of his life and just 5 months before Maharaj physically leaving this material world, I was here in Rajkot for 5 days with Maharaj. By Maharaj's mercy, except Maharaj's resting hours, I was allowed to associate with Maharaj. Maharaj was giving Srimad Bhagavatam in the Bhagavatam class in the morning, Bhagavad Gita in the evening. Every day he was chanting with Maharaj, the entire 16 round, that too with a louder voice. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. I think we can still make it better. So let's try once again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare. So that time I was a newcomer to Krishna consciousness, very fresh means you know, right? There is nothing. So and I didn't know anything. But Maharaj was in his very advanced stage, physically not comfortable, sitting in one place for many hours and having health challenges. Even then, Maharaj was so merciful to me and spending his entire day with me, all the 5 days. Even with all the health challenges, Maharaj did not delegate this to his grace Vaishnava Seva Prabhuji or any other Prabhuji's care to guide me. Maharaj did not expect any qualification from me. It clearly shows his genuine merciful attitude towards all the living beings. Till now, I have not chanted with any devotee more than 1 or 2 rounds, including my parents or family members. Nowadays, since everyone is very busy in their own world, nobody is available to give their valuable association to others a welfare like this. Only Maharaj had time for everyone. Maharaj, only by your causeless mercy, somehow I am able to survive in Krishna consciousness with all the challenges that I am going through for the last several years. Thanks so much for protecting me and my family members and always keeping under your shelter. This auspicious day I am begging you to be more merciful always, to do my sadhana, well in any kind of situation I may go through the rest of my life. Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj ki. We'd like to hear from Dinavatsala Prabhu from Singapore. He's our president of our Gita Reading Society, and it gives us great pleasure for us to have him here. He arrived yesterday. It was his birthday actually, but he's taken time to come over here and spend time and give us his association. He was very dedicated. He still is very dedicated. Those of you who come from Singapore will know that he's a fixture in our programs, right? So that is the level of his consistency. Dinavatsala Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Shri Mahavishnu Goswami Namani. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my Dandavats at your lotus feet. All glories to your divine holiness. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Wishing Maharaj a very happy 104th Vyasa Puja. Maharaj, is this the day that he gives us a chance to glorify your holiness, and it's also an opportunity to purify ourselves in your transcendental association. Maharaj, day by day, as we listen to your holiness classes, we come to the understanding that Maharaj is our true well-wisher, as how Lord Krishna is the benefactor of the devotees. Maharaj has always the utmost care for all of us and wanted us to be always in Krishna consciousness, so that we have the most unlimited of blissfulness experience in this lifetime itself. Maharaj, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it's a very nice verse, it's 4:30-24. It says, Namo Vishuddha Sattvaya Hariye Hari Medase Vasudevaya Krishnaya Prabhave Sarva Sattvatam. In the translation to the above verse, it is said that the brains of Lord Krishna is always planning how to take away the devotees' miserable conditions. Similarly, Maharaj, in all your living classes, instructions, conversation, Maharaj is always demonstrating and narrating to us through your real life experience how by putting Bhagavatam in practice, we can come out of these miseries and always be under the firm shelter of Lord Krishna. Not only that, but Maharaj is always giving us the encouragement to go through this and sometimes make us laugh at ourselves when we are affected by these miseries simply because we are not factually existing. Maharaj have shown us by the humility the actual meaning of being a spiritual master. Maharaj yourself are living by it without any doubts. Maharaj mentioned as follows that the spiritual masters may be different, but the test of the spiritual master is whether he is honest to relay Krishna's message or not. This is the real test. If he is directing the living entities to Krishna, he is already in Parampara. So Krishna is there and then Parampara is there. We should not change Prabhupada. And Prabhupada has opened up our eyes. Otherwise, we are completely ignorant about these things. Maharaj wanted all of us to improve our behavior by being free of envy, so that we are able to please Krishna. In one of the classes, Maharaj mentioned as follows: this freedom from envy, and if we are free from envy, then we can behave with him good. Otherwise, the revenge will be there, and revenge means we also suffer, and he also suffers. Revenge is not good anywhere. You are wasting your time, and he is troubled or whatever. So Bhagavatam way is always better. That process is known as Ramban. If we behave good, then he will think again, if I want to trouble you, he will think that, oh, he's going to do good to me, so why should I trouble him? That way, we go to the root of the problem. Maharaj always wanted us to be the first class Vaishnavas, that by being a person who immediately reminds one of the supreme of Godhead, Krishna. Maharaj mentions as follows in one of the classes: the thing needed is to talk about Krishna. Savai Mana Krishna Padavindu. This should be the sign of Vaishnavas. All other offenses, they stop as soon as Savai Krishna Padavindu. And in our own time, When we are alone, we should be very particular about it. Our alone time will be wasted in thinking about other living entities, what they are doing bad and whatever. Lone time, therefore, should be meant only for Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And because we are misusing our alone time unwisely, our quality doesn't improve. We are still on the crude platform. We should be on the platform of Vaishnavas. That's the difference between the sincere Vaishnavas and the crude Vaishnavas. Is that fortunately that the Vaishnavas, the simple Vaishnavas, tries to use his lone moments, his lone time in Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. And the crude one, after everyone leaves him, even then he thinks about the other people, the fact particularly. And we enjoy that. The fact that we enjoy criticisms, so that enjoyment must stop. Maharaj, we know that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So if Krishna is the Supreme Enjoyer, he will not enjoy these criticisms. He will only enjoy his own glorifications. Please somehow I beg at your lotus feet that I must always treat Krishna and Bhagavatam in my heart and my mind, so that I don't think of any criticisms and never waste time thinking of any bad for any living entity. Maharaj gives that example in one of the classes. If the iron plate is hot, red, then anything can touch it. But if the boiling red, no one dares. So what other people can do? If your plate is hot, then they can't touch. And hot means completely purified by Krishna. And this is to be understood. One time in Rajkot, as we were in Maharaj's office, I think you all remember Maharaj's office. It's somewhere there. And then Maharaj mentioned and follows to me. Maharaj said that whenever I ask Dina Vatsala how the programs are going on in Singapore, he would always say, very nice, very nice. Maharaj immediately said that, these programs are meant for his enjoyment. So they are not meant for the pleasure of Krishna and Guru. So Maharaj said, please correct your understanding, son. These programs are meant for the pleasure of Krishna. So to this day, just want to tell Maharaj that Maharaj, the programs are actually meant for you and also meant for Krishna's pleasure. Maharaj, the programs in Singapore are going on very nicely by the loving guidance of His Grace, Devakinandan Prabhu, and they are flourishing. Daily on our Saturday feast programs, we distribute about 250 odd plates, and for the festivals, for Janmashtami, we have 2,000 to 3,000 people. Maharaj, we pray at your lotus feet that if you desire, we try to get a building, and then we can make that a permanent place. But that's only your desire. Thank you very much. Your aspiring servant, Dinavasta Krishna Das.
Jai Shri Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj ki. Is Aishwarya Mataji here? I'm looking for her. Aishwarya Mataji, come please. Aishwarya Mataji is representing Trivandrum devotees. And Trivandrum devotees are some of one of the most largest number of disciples that Maharaj made is actually from Trivandrum. And the beauty is, most of them, when they met Maharaj, they could not speak English and they did not understand Hindi. And Maharaj could not, therefore Maharaj couldn't communicate with them because Maharaj did not speak Malayalam. But he learnt one or two words here and there, but he captured them with his heart, and they also related to him on the basis of their heart. And like that, an entire group of devotees and disciples in Trivandrum have flourished. They have a beautiful center, and Mataji and very capable Matajis with her have been handling very nice programs together with all the other devotees. So Aishwarya Mataji, please, on behalf of the devotees in Trivandrum, please glorify Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Namo Vishnu, Hare Krishna, Mahavishnu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu's and Mataji's. I'm a little bit tense, it's my first time. Please excuse me if I done any mistake. Hare Krishna Maharaj, happy birthday to you. Hare Krishna devotees, happy Vyasa Puja to all. So, I'm so happy and fortunate and blessed to be in front of you by representing my Trivandrum Yatra. So, it's my debut, it's Maharaj's 104th Vyasa Puja, and today I want to share a few points, a few things that we are doing in our Trivandrum Yatra. So, you all know that we have a small center in Trivandrum with the blessings of Maharaj, Vaishnava Prabhu and Devinanda Prabhu and all other devotees here. So we have completed 2 years of Navaratri. we did Nagara Sankirtan and book distribution. We know that these are your mercy, dear beloved Gurudev. His Grace Devanandam Prabhu has promised us to give monthly lecture. Prabhu is always inspires us through Srimad Bhagavatam. Last year we got association of His Holiness Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj, His Holiness Vyasa Priya Maharaj, and His Holiness Bhaniswami Maharaj, and His Holiness Bhakti Vinod Maharaj. Most of them visited our new temple and appreciated. It is only because of the effort of Devanandam Prabhu and Vaishnava Seva Prabhu we can feel your presence through all these Maharaj. And last, not the least, we have a request towards Devanandam Prabhu. Prabhu, can you please hear? We have a request towards you that we are, for the last 2 years, we are requesting you to visit our new temple and give association. So, today on Vyasa Puja day, we are praying to Maharaj that to fulfill that wish, to make you there in our Trivandrum Central. Yes, yes, Prabhu. And we want you to sit in the ISKCON temple Vyasa. It's our long-term wish, Prabhu. Please come, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. So, now I want to share my personal offering also. Just 2 points I want to bore you. So, I and Toya Maji, we have completed Srimad Bhagavatam reading. We know Maharaj will be very pleased on this day. And in 2009, when I came here, Maharaj told me to study BA. But when we went back to Trivandrum and we inquired about that, we came to know that the admissions are closed. But Maharaj told us, no, you just try, it will happen. But by Maharaj's mercy, I got the admission and I completed my studies. And Maharaj told me, you have to start a school. At that time, we had small kids school. You have to start a school, and not only school, 100 schools. But now, I don't know what miracle happened with the presence of His Grace Kalchaku Prabhu, our temple president, Trivandrum temple president, Jasash Prabhu invited us. That time Kalchaku Prabhu was also there in Trivandrum and told me that he has a project. He has starting 100 school, Sunday school, and he wanted me to do that seva. And I don't know if Maharaj's prayers are there, it will become happen. So now we are under the construction of syllabus. Kaja Prabhu is helping us very nicely for that. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Devananda Prabhu. Thank you, Vaishnava Prabhu. And on last, I want to tell Maharaj, please bless me and all our congregation devotees to fulfill all Maharaj's wishes. And happy Vyasa Puja to all. Thank you all.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Matsji. So nice to hear Trivandrum growing like this. You know, the beauty is when we keep working and we have faith that the spiritual master is with us, many great things can happen. And we never feel the separation. Many of us are speaking about Maharaj, and my experience is some people hear us talk about Maharaj and they ask us, where is he now? Is he in Rajkot? Is he in Dwarka? And when we tell him that he's not been on this planet for almost 12 years, some people cannot believe that, because he's so much a part of our lives. He's in our breath every few minutes and many times in a day, because we are just thinking of him. This is how Maharaj, is giving us his mercy. Yes. Today 80 devotees, okay, so 70 was not right. 80 devotees from Trivandrum. Okay, now before we're going to conclude very soon, but I just heard from the Singapore devotees who have come for a yatra in this area, and many of them have come to this part of Saurashtra for the first time. I heard that the children would like to do a 3-4 minute offering to Maharaj. And I think it's very nice when children want to do it from their hearts. And I'm really grateful that they are doing this. So let's give them a warm welcome and a loud Haribol. Come, come. They were going to do it in the evening, but I think some of them are going to be leaving. So come forward, come. I'll give you the mic and you can do it in front of Maharaj. Okay?
समझो थोड़ा शॉर्ट रेट में बात करो मैं तो आप ही देख लेना कहीं वांधो नहीं डोंट वरी प्रभु तत्काल भी है करें
श्री गुरु चरणा
children. The next time we record Krishna Premanjana album, I think I would have you all for my chorus. They sing very nicely, very, very nicely. Thank you very much. Like all good Singaporeans, they stand where they are and they don't move. You can move now and you can be seated. Don't worry. Thank you so much. It's so nice. The beauty of this is that they have never seen Maharaj, right? And yet, the connection to a spiritual master and pure devotee will bless their devotional service. May they all be blessed by Maharaj. May they all be blessed with pure devotional service. Thank you very much. Now, we want to wind down. We have 2 or 3 offerings. We'd like to request, where is Naimano Prabhu? Yeah, I looked at him. Naimano Prabhu has very good memories of Maharaj, right? And very often his memories of Maharaj are very humorous. He is also one of the senior devotees in Rajkot. And he met Maharaj very early on when Maharaj was actually coming to Rajkot. So Naimano Prabhu, please speak to us. I think he will speak in Hindi. And I think, in any case I will laugh, so it's okay.
His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj ki मेरे ख्याल से 2004 या 5 4 या 5 हाँ उसी टाइम पे महाराज का थोड़ा बहुत लेक्चर सुन के सबको प्रीचिंग करना था यहाँ पे। तो मैं वैष्णव सेवा प्रभु और दूसरे डिवोटीज भी थे। तो हमने डिसाइड किया कि भाई हम हाउस प्रोग्राम करेंगे महाराज को छोड़ के सिर्फ हम। तो क्योंकि महाराज उस टाइम पे टूर पे ज़्यादा रहते थे, तो यहाँ पे कुछ करना है तो हम सब बातें करते थे। तो एक बार महाराज टूर में थे तो हम सब ने डिसाइड किया कि भाई एक दिन हम हॉस्पिटल में प्रोग्राम करेंगे, एक दिन यहाँ पे हम प्रोग्राम करेंगे, एक दिन यहाँ पे हम प्रोग्राम करेंगे। सब कुछ हमने डिसाइड कर लिया था। जब महाराज टूर से आए तो थोड़ा बहुत काम पे गया महाराज, पर महाराज बता नहीं रहे थे। अभी महाराज को कौन बताएगा कि हम ये करना चाहते हैं। तो वैष्णव बाबू ने बोला कि आज शाम को महाराज का मूड अच्छा है, सब लोग आ जाओ। तो हम 8 डिवोटी थे। तो हम लोग तो आगे अभी पूछेगा कौन वैष्णव को, मैं वही सोच रहा हूँ। मैं कुछ सोचना मत, आपको ही पूछना है। चलो देखते। महाराज सब बाहर बैठे थे हम लोग और महाराज लास्ट में रूम में जाते थे। तो उस टाइम पे 1 या 2 डिवोटी महाराज को अंदर रख के सब सुला के बाहर निकल जाते थे। हम सब लोग अंदर गए, महाराज देख रहे थे हमको ये भाई क्या है। सब लोग अंदर। तो लास्ट में मैं और वैष्णव बाबू, जब महाराज के रूम का जो स्टेप था ना, वो चढ़ते समय वैष्णव बाबू ने बोला एक काम कर तू बोल। मैं वैष्णव बाबू के सामने देख रहा हूँ, वैष्णव बाबू मेरे सामने, मैं क्या बोलूं महाराज को। बोलते हो जाएगा चलो। तो ऐसे ही करके एक डिवोटी बैठा महाराज के पैर के पास, बोला तू साइड में आ जा, इसको बैठने दे। अभी महाराज को बताओ क्या, महाराज भी देख रहे हैं कि सब लोग अंदर है, क्या बात क्या है। फिर महाराज ने पफ लिया और महाराज ने पूछा दिख रहा क्या बात है। अब क्या पूछूं, मैंने बोला महाराज क्या पूछना था मुझे मालूम है, मैंने ऐसे ही पूछ लिया महाराज लेक्चर कैसे देते थे। महाराज ने एक ही सेंटेंस बोला दीकरा जो जानते हो वो नहीं बताना है, जो पालन करते हो वो बताना है। मैंने उन वैष्णव बाबू के सामने, हम दोनों सामने देख रहे थे और महाराज हमारे दोनों के सामने। सब लोग बाहर। तो यही था। जय हिज होलीनेस महाविष्णु गोस्वामी महाराज की।
Hare Krishna. We'd like to invite His Grace Punendu Prabhu from the US to make his offering to Maharaj. Punendu Prabhu has been in Minneapolis for many years He actually pioneered together with Anasuya Mataji, his wife. Mataji, are you here? Yes, you're here. Together, they pioneered the preaching programs in Minneapolis, and they were the first devotees to actually welcome Maharaj there. And so many devotees in Minneapolis today are there because of their pioneering and preaching efforts. Purendra Prabhu, please.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रसाय भूतले श्रीमते महाविष्णु गोस्वामी धर्माय Dear Srila Gurudev, all glories to you on your 104th Vyasa Puja appearance day. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, while talking about the four acharyas or the four sampradayas, he took a moment to talk about the qualities of an acharya. He says, many people think that the path of devotional service is covered with a soft bed of flowers. Blind faith, indiscipline, recklessness, a lack of power or discrimination, sentimentalism and emotional outbursts are all counted by them as being in the category of devotional service. But from the scripture and teachings of the acharyas, we understand that although the path of devotional service is the only means of attaining the ultimate goal of life, it is full of thorns, especially in Kali Yuga. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur continues to say, the causeless, merciful acharyas who are sent to us by the Supreme Lord warn those who are desirous of entering the path of devotional service of the obstacles they will surely encounter. This naturally selfless propensity of the acharya is an example of the great compassion for the living entities. In other words, what Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying, that an acharya is always compassionate to warn the people of the shortcomings and is always ready to guide and remove the thorns on their path of devotional service. Reading these words reminded me of how much these words represented your qualities. The causeless, merciful personality as yourself was sent to us by the Supreme Lord to alert us of our shortcomings. I saw that in today's lecture, how you were so particular on how we should chant the slokas and how we should learn them and memorize them. And you also warned us of the thorns on our path, knowing we will not take kindly to corrections. You, in your own numerous way, lodged these ideas in our hearts and waited for us to wake up to it, knowing fully well that as long as we are sincerely chanting and studying Bhagavatam, Krishna from within will uproot these thorns. Your patience, foresight and faith in the process is truly amazing. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur continues to say, despite knowing that one's hands may be injured while uprooting the thorny bushes, and that wild animals or cruel snakes residing in the bushes may bite, one engaged in such work should not lose enthusiasm for performing his duty. Rather, his endeavor and enthusiasm for removing will progressively increase as he continues to progress towards his goal. In other words, we should not lose enthusiasm when we face obstacles on our path in devotional service. We should, in fact, double our efforts to progress in devotional service. This increasing enthusiasm for removing the thorns on the path of devotional service is seen as one of the characteristics of an acharya. This, dear Maharaj, is what is enduring about you. Till the very last moments of your pastime on this planet, and even after, you have never slackened in your effort to remove the thorns on the path of each and every living entity who came in contact with you. As a matter of fact, you're still continuing to give the personal attention to each one of us and to the entities who have not even met you but have just heard of you. No words can justify such compassion. I'm getting older and reflecting on my journey, I feel sorry that I've not lived up to the faith you had in me. Life, I guess, is not over yet. Hopefully, I will still be able to rise, being a proper heir to your legacy. Now, having said this, Maharaj, I was sharing something with Nandikishore Prabhu, and he asked me to share it with the devotees here. So this is something that happened when I traveled with Maharaj in the US. There were two programs, main programs we actually went to. One was Prabhupada Reunion Festival in Los Angeles, where where Prabhupada disciples are gathered from all over the world to glorify Srila Prabhupada. And in that festival, Maharaj happened to speak. He gave a Bhagavatam class. After the Bhagavatam class was over, the entire temple hall was quiet, pin drop silence. And then later on, one by one, I saw when Maharaj came outside the temple, he was holding my hand, and we were going to the car. One by one, all the devotees stepped out. They are all Prabhupada disciples. And they all said, Maharaj, we thought we had lost Prabhupada, but we see he's incarnated in you. Same thing happened in Boston Temple when I took Maharaj to Boston, and Maharaj actually gave a class, and we were again walking to the car, and Maharaj had actually already sat in the car, and I was sitting at driver's seat taking him back to the accommodation that they'd given us. And at that time, one lady came and she was crying, and I was wondering what she was crying about, and then she fell at Maharaj's feet and said, same thing, she's also a Prabhupada disciple. And she said, Maharaj, ever since Prabhupada left this planet, my heart has been vacant. I've been in separation of him. But now, having heard you, I feel a Prabhupada sheltered again. So, Nandikishore Prabhu asked me that you better share this thing. I wasn't planning to share it, but based on his instructions, I kind of shared this. There was another important pastime which I think this visit to Somnath has really made me think about, and Paulbanda, thanks to Vaishya Prabhu to have it go on this yatra. The mystical potency of Maharaj which continues to exist today. When the Dwarka temple was being built, Maharaj asked me to take him from Maharaj called me in the US and asked me to come to Rajkot to take him to London, US, Australia and New Zealand and back. So we went from here to London, and then from there we went to the US, and we landed at Alachua because Maharaj wanted to meet Ambarish Prabhu. As you know, Ambarish Prabhu is Alfred Ford. He's the great grandson of the Ford Motor Company. Many of you must be owning Ford cars. So he's a great grandson. So Maharaj wanted to meet him. So and the Dwarka temple was still being built. It was in the construction stage. So then what happened is that Ambarish Prabhu came and visited Maharaj, and Maharaj asked him, do you remember the sloka that I taught you last time when I was here? And Ambarish Prabhu couldn't remember the sloka. He said, you're wasting your time. When Ambarish Prabhu came to us for the Dwarka temple opening, he mentioned this. He said, whenever other sannyasis come, we have a checkbook ready because they ask for donations for different projects. But whenever Mahavishnu Goswami would come, we would start reciting a slokas trying to get ready for him. I mean, because we were very afraid that he'll ask us a sloka that he taught us 3 years ago, and we never use a sloka again in our lives. So we would remember all the slokas, and I would tell my children also to learn all the slokas, to remind me of the slokas. Same thing Radha Jivan Prabhu would say that. In this regard, one last statement I want to make is that Yashomati Nandan Prabhu, many of you from Gujarat will probably know him. He was dropping me at the airport from the Chicago temple. He was taking me to the airport. So he offered. He said, I said I was on my way to India, and he told, I said I'll take a taxi. He said, no, I'll drop you at the airport. Why do you want to take a taxi? So Yashomati Nandan Prabhu was dropping me at the airport, and on the way, he said, Purnandu, you should learn how to beg. I said, what do you mean, Prabhu, what are you talking? He said, you got a Dwarka temple construction going on, you got Rajkot temple also, all activities. You should learn how to fundraise, you should learn how to beg. I said, well, Maharaj has never told us how to beg. I mean, Maharaj doesn't, wherever he goes, he asks people to recite Bhagavatam verses. He's never asked for money from anybody, he just asked them to recite Bhagavatam. So Yashomati Nandan Prabhu said this interestingly. He said, Prabhu, Maharaj is different. He's transcendental. You are not transcendental. You are not transcendental. You have to learn how to beg. I said, well, Prabhu, I'll consult with Maharaj. I'll go to India and talk to him and ask him if that's the way to do it. But that was an interesting pastime that Yashomati Prabhu. But the thing is, the interesting thing is, both Yashomati Nandan Prabhu and Amrish Prabhu, both of them noticed one thing, is that the Dwarka temple, the first and only stone temple in ISKCON, the first and only stone temple in ISKCON, got built with no big fundraising, mystically. Rajkot temple got built mystically. And now we have Somnath, which is going to be built mystically. We have Porbandar, Kapalya. So that's going to be built mystically. And just to share with something that Devkinanda Prabhu shared with us, that at a GBC meeting, I believe there are a few debates, Gopal Krishna Maharaj and others were there, and they said something very interesting. Devkinanda Prabhu from Bombay shared this, and I don't think it's very confident. He said that some of these Mahavishnu Goswami disciples, they build temple, I mean, they just keep chanting and suddenly a temple pops up. And not only an ordinary temple, a grand temple pops up. So in that sense, Maharaj is still not, I mean, still is working his mystical potencies. He's still continuing to do that. So with that, I mean, I just share these extra the events with my experience with Maharaj. Yeah, His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Gurudev ki Jai. Krishna Kripa Murti Shri Mahavishnu Goswami Gurudev ki Jai.
Thank you, Puneet. We have two last offerings. We want to, no, before the last two offerings, we'd like to invite Tulsi Charan Prabhu. Are you here, Tulsi Charan Prabhu? Not sure whether he's here. No? Ah, yes, Tulsi Charan Prabhu. Tulsi Charan Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, and he and all the devotees from Singapore have come. We wanted him as a representative to offer some thoughts. He's been with us for many, many years in Singapore, and he's a wonderful devotee, and it would be very nice for him to make an offering. Thank you, Prabhu.
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Putile Srimati Mahavishnu Goswami Smana Namine. I will keep it short. I would just like to share our experience of Singapore devotees. We are coming here for the first time, many of us. So, one thing I wanted to share is that we have not met Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj personally, most of us, because we came into Krishna consciousness after Maharaj left this world. But we know Maharaj through his most stalwart devotees in Singapore who are guiding all of us. So without them, one thing I would like to share is that our congregation in Singapore is thriving and growing only because Maharaj has blessed the initial devotees who were learning from him, and that's what keeping us growing in Singapore. So just I would like to share our recent experience of 60 plus devotees who visited from Singapore Yatra to many dhams in Saurashtra under the able guidance of Devkinandan Prabhu and Vaishnav Seva Prabhu. Even though this was our first visit to many dhams like Rajkot, Dwarka, Porbandar and Somnath, we felt that all over these dhams, the one thing was common, that devotees are so welcoming and so warm that we were really humbled by there's so much energy and enthusiasm to just serve. Since we have arrived here on 22nd December, I have seen most of the disciples or devotees here are continuously planning programs for us. We are getting tired, but they are not getting tired. That's really one good thing that we have learned, that how to be enthusiastic in our devotional service. So just to conclude, I would request Maharaj to please bless us that we are also while going back, we can take this service attitude and how to remain enthused in our devotional service by keeping interest of other devotees ahead and not our personal desires. Lastly, I would sincerely request Maharaj that to please shower his blessings that all of us in Singapore, we develop unflinching attachment to Srimad Bhagavatam and we are able to follow these teachings in our life. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Maharaj would have loved your offering because you were really short and sharp. That was really nice. Sometimes when the offerings are going on and I went to the side, Maharaj would say, are they all hungry? You think they need to take prasadam now? So soon it will happen. Just be a little austere. We would like to invite His Grace Kalchakra Prabhu, who has been at the forefront of preserving and expanding Maharaj's legacies of his lectures, translations, transcriptions, and making the teachings of Maharaj available on a large scale. Kalchakra Prabhu, please come forward. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I'm not having a very good throat, but please bear with me. Mahavishnu Padaya, Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale, Srimati Mahavishnu Goswami Namani. Hare Krishna Prabhus and Matajis. Really glad to be here. Like few days before, we didn't have so much plan to come that early to Rajkot. I was having a long tour all over and I was in Baroda and suddenly Vaishnav Prabhu called me and he said, Prabhuji, he came to know that we were in Baroda with Govindan Prabhu. So he told me, Prabhuji, I am not forcing you. I'm not forcing you, but it will be good if you come. So we were debating, we had a plan to go the following day to come to Rajkot. Then we said, what do we do? And Govindan Prabhu's Mataji was admitted here in the hospital. So we said, okay, let's advance and we were thinking about it. And then 5 minutes, next call comes. Prabhuji says, Prabhu, I'm really insisting you now. Devaki Prabhu is also insisting, so you should come. And I'm glad that he insisted because we had the best program in Porbandar, Somnath, and and every time we come, Vaishnav Prabhu always has this Jadugar mentality, He takes rabbit one by one out of the hat. So now it's not going to be a surprise anymore, Prabhu. We have to find some new surprises. Because we came and we showed all other places in Somnath. Porbandar we knew that some things are happening, but then Somnath we didn't know. He was kept everything under the ground, under the carpet. Suddenly he takes us to the Balka Tirth and there is written Discount Somnath. And then we see, the names, the number, from the number, yes, this building is as good as the guest house. And it was built, and this at least we built, but that was already built and given to us. And then the interesting part is, in ISKCON generally what normally happens is, it's like Matsya Avatar. Like, wherever you put it expands and then you have to put it in a bigger place. The place doesn't fit all the time. It takes some time. But here in Somnath, the big fish came big because we didn't have space to dance to. And it was bigger than this hall, the thing which we had. And within the next day, we thought, it's going to be too difficult. I said, Prabhu, there's no space to dance. You should find a bigger place. And while coming back, he's coming with the news that we got a bigger place. How big is that, Prabhu? 3 bighas. More than 1 acre. So, next time we will have more people there to fit in. I mean to say, this is all mystical thing that is happening by Maharaj's mercy. And one beautiful thing about Maharaj is that he knows each and everybody's potency, their capacity. There may be anarthas in there, but he said, I am here to correct that. So don't worry about your anarthas. Whatever capacities you have, just use it in Krishna's service and I will make sure that you will do it. So all we have to do is just surrender. And Maharaj always used to quote many Hindi dohas and Gujarati bhajans and all that. there's a very meaningful thing that Maharaj always used to, he's fond of saying this. Many verses, but one of them that came to my mind is that Maya Chakki Janiye, Kila Rupa Bhagavan, Kila Nikat So Bach Gaye, Bhakti Ho Gaya Pisan. Those who know Hindi will understand this, they'll just answer it in English. We have this grinder, you know what is a grinder be there. So, yeah. Chakki. But Chakki is not English. Those who don't know what is Chakki, it's like that hand grinder. So, Maya Chakki Janiya means it's the grinder that goes around. And Kila Rupa Bhagavan, that you don't center, good and peace, that is Krishna. And when you are going around, Kila Nikat So Bache, those pieces of grains that are nearer to the stick, the wooden stick, they will be saved. But Bakis are pisan, they will all get crushed. So the one thing that I always see here is that we are as close, connected in consciousness. It doesn't mean that all of us come here. Vaishnava Prabhu had a hard time serving prasadam and arranging accommodations if we are always here. Doesn't mean that way, But the thing is, in consciousness, we have to be close to Maharaj, as close to our spiritual master and Krishna as possible. And the day we get disconnected, then it's a day we get crushed. So Maharaj always used to quote things like that, and I was just remembering that and thanking my heart, Vaishnava Prabhu and Dekinda Prabhu for arranging these yatras and so much trouble they had to take to arrange all the facilities. But in the end, it's all for everybody's pleasure that they are doing. Then when we come here, it's so pleasing. We all come from everywhere, but we are coming here because the purity, the pleasing thing comes from the purity. And just that reminds me of this two shlokas that is written. Prasannatma Prabhu had so nicely selected these two shlokas to put here next to Maharaj, both sides. One shloka is that where Maharaj taught us so many times, including the verse, translations, synonyms and purport. And that is the verse he said. He was saying whenever he used to, every single day for almost 2-3 years that verse would be there in our classes. And Maharaj said that I was searching to see Krishna everywhere in Bhagavatam. I couldn't see in anywhere, but then I found in this shloka. Finally I found in this shloka how to see Bhagavatam, how to see Krishna in Bhagavatam. So that is the shloka Yatavadukko he has written. And this shloka is so beautiful because when devotees asked Maharaj, how did you become so famous a devotee in ISKCON? Then Maharaj said, I just followed this verse, the Nama and Antasi verse. So these two shlokas, when you go back and meditate on this shloka has 10 beautiful qualities which Maharaj, he imbibed and he personifies those qualities. So with those things, I just wanted to share a couple of updates, which really showed how dedicated some of the devotees are. Just give me 2 minutes. So we had this. The first thing is that as Prabhuji said, we are trying to consolidate, archive all of Maharaj's lectures, all photos, videos, Grantaraj, everything together. So for which we had created that website, mobile app, and all was there. But this year, something interesting happened, challenging happened. That around August-September time frame, the Google, which is hosting our app, they sent a message to us saying, within next 5 days or 10 days, if you don't update your app to the next level, because you have to keep on updating, then your app will be defunct. I mean, it will not work anymore in any phones, and nobody will be able to install also in the future. So we were trying to figure out how to solve this, because we have our team here, Shikesh Prabhu, Srividya Mataji, and so we had no time. And if we have devotees have to use it, some of the devotees were also complaining that they were not able to use it sometimes. So so much hardware it has to develop. It's basically for the Android phones. iPhone is a little safe, but not still more safe. Because the software is such that you have to keep on working on it. It's not like one temple built and you can like that. No, you keep on upgrading it. So work is there for lifetime. So we didn't know what to do, and then very little time was left. So we said, okay, we have Vyasa Puja coming, we have to offer something to Maharaj. We can't go with a broken thing and then say that Maharaj have come. he would really chastise us. Better sit at home and do something to, because so many devotees are using it for their audio, whatever, words of wisdom, every day it is coming, answer to those and all. So then we put a plan that, within 35-40 days we have to develop it. It's impossible because this work will take minimum 10 months to do. Why? Because it's like how Prabhupada wrote Bhagavad Gita, it was sold out, and he had to write the same Bhagavad Gita from scratch again. Like that, we had to do the entire thing which we did for 1 full year earlier. We have to do that in 40 days before Vyasa Puja. And we took it, we said that we have to do it anyway at any cost. And then Mataji took it as a real this thing, Maharaj, you please help us. And then it so happened that luckily by Krishna's arrangement, day and night we worked hard. And just before yesterday, the new version came out, and so we are safe. So every devotee, now devotees can give it to anyone, they can install, they can do whatever. So it was about to be defunct, but we are back to the thing. But there are some little bugs and all which we have to fill. We will get it ready. Krishna willing, if Maharaj allows, by Tirobhav, few more things to be added. And we have added a few more features also, by the way. But the one interesting thing I wanted to share here is that Rishikesh Prabhu is a tester. So Mataji Sridham is a developer. Those who are in the IT field know that these are like the cat and the mouse. The developers don't like testers because they always find faults. They have to find faults, that is their duty. And the testers don't like developers because they do all the work and get the credit. We do the fighting the faults, we don't get the credit. So always there is this, when the tester, like in our nature we have this quality that if somebody says you have this fault, they will not accept it. So anytime the tester says this is a defect, he will say no, it is a feature, it is supposed to work like that. So I was wondering how to sort this out, but normally you know how to work it out, because, but the interesting thing is, our Rishikesh Prabhu, he finds, I don't know where and all he finds the defects from. If not for him, this would have been a very, very poor average, not average thing for any user point of view. Because we are doing it in a very short time. And even earlier also. And every time we had a track of records of all the bugs and everything, he would put a list of big set of bugs. And Mataji will say, Prabhuji, you have found out very, very nice defects. And he would say, every time I am doing it in my office, people are cursing me, and you are glorifying, appreciating me for my fault finding service. But that is how, when we are engaged together in Maharaj service and in Krishna service, even the apparently opposite ends can come together, And that's how, we even while traveling in the train or we were in the meetings or somewhere, we kept doing things and somehow it worked. And the task is cut out for both of them because they have to keep doing this for their lifetime. And I have to just come and speak like this, whatever they are doing, that's not my job. And the next thing I also wanted to add here is that we have the other service of uploading audios of Maharaj. I kept telling the last few years, as Maharaj keeps increasing his numbers, initially I said 2-3 years ago it was about 600 audio lectures would be there. Then last year I said maybe around 800. But now we have 1,240 lectures, audio files there, but still another 300-400 more to go, if not something more. And we have a whole load of tapes which I have to hear, convert, so many things are there. So I told Maharaj that I will die one day after completing this service. So those who want me to die early, please engage in the service. I'm just joking, but I just wanted to tell this because this audio file, this thing, we took a vow that we will do one every day, upload at any cost. And our dear Kishore Chandra Prabhu, who is here, he helped in such a way that he wanted some service somehow or other. Vaishnava Prabhu put him in touch with me. He was like a genie. Prabhu, can you take one more minute? So he was like a genie. Prabhu, give me service, give me service. I wanted mad people like that. Because if I give and they go away, then it's difficult, So we have people like these who are like always asking me service, give me service. So I gave him some take out punches from our book, Bhagavatam practice. I thought you take one month or so. He comes 2 days later and Prabhu, I finished all that, you give me more service. Then I said, you hear all of Maharaj's lectures and do this, take out stories, and we wanted to add those stories. And being a Gujarati, he can take out many things from Gujarati also. So what he did, he kept on adding, and now we have more than 160 stories of Maharaj and still going strong. And he has a big list in which I have to take out. But the most interesting thing I wanted to share is that 1 month or 2 months ago, he just put a message of his, photo of his father, and suddenly one day he said, Prabhuji, my father passed away. And I was shocked. I didn't know how to speak to him first of all, because it's difficult to console at that time, and I even delayed talking to him. Somehow or other, evening I got the courage to talk to him and called him. And he was talking normally, everything's over, Prabhuji, and Maharaj mercy, everything went right and all that. And I told him, no, take some space, relax yourself and all that. And the very next day he starts adding to our list, Prabhu, this one, like that. I said, I told you to take rest. Why do you want to do this work again, take some time off. He said, no, Prabhu, this is what is giving me the energy. I keep hearing Maharaj, and that gives me the energy. And yesterday's 2 pearls of wisdom was so perfectly fit for my situation. And he's just 17 years old. And we have such sincere devotees we have in the team. And we are so inspired by all of them. Time is of the essence. I wanted to read one short offering. Do you have time, Prabhu, for one short offering? Okay? I know you are restless, but I just wanted to. Once I ask him, you have to say yes. You like Aishwarya Mataji, checkmate you. So you have to say. No, this is when you have time, please take some few minutes and read these offerings. The website also or app also, because they are all so amazing. There are many kids here, and myself and Sudarshana, when we were formatting the offerings, we just exchanged our feelings that the kids have done the best offerings actually. And I didn't know which one to choose from. Then I thought that quite a few of them are here, so I wanted to read from someone who is not here. And this is one of the best offerings, 15-year-old, and she's Nandini Banerjee, our Surat Prabhu's daughter. She has written a very beautiful offering. I just please hear this out and I will stop with that. She says, Maharaj, with obeisances, and she's wishing you a glorious and exciting Vyasa Puja. This year the Banerjee family from Auckland is unable to come to India. This means I will unfortunately miss the beautiful darshan of Shri Radha and Neelamadhav in their majestic palace. I will miss the enchanting presence of you at your Samadhi. And most of all, I will miss meeting all the other disciples and devotees gathered there for you. We are unfortunate, we have that mercy. However, as emphasized by Mahaprabhu, Vipralamba Bhava, our love and separation is the highest form of love. Sometimes when everything is going smoothly, according to plan and consistently, we may start to take things for granted. Maybe this year, Krishna wants us to stay in Upland and remember and glorify you from here. Knowing that we cannot be physically present with you, we will become even more attached and absorbed in memories of you. Thus, when the opportunity comes to visit you again in Rajkot, I will cherish every moment even more. Sometimes I wonder, what is it like in the spiritual world? What it is really like? Are there truly no miseries there? Do the desires really fulfill all your desires? Is the nature there truly beyond the limits of our imagination? What is it like, Maharaj? Sometimes I wonder, are you in one of the Vaikuntha planets, worshipping a form of the Lord special to your heart? Are you in Golokadam, enjoying with Krishna in one of the 5 rasas? Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj means Bhagavatam and Shlokas, always. In the spiritual world, you must have all the time in the world to recite your heart out for the satisfaction of Krishna. Have you made friends there? Perhaps other disciples of Srila Prabhupada? Are you very close with them? The conversations must always surround Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Am I right? I wonder if the bhoga that you offer constantly stays hot because it's in the spiritual world. Is it always spring over there? Luscious forest, fresh flowers, beautiful greens. Where do you stay? Is it like a little cottage like the one Rama, Lakshmana and Sita live in during exile? You must be looking at us from above, thinking, what are you all doing? Hurry up. Why must you continue your activities in this miserable world? Come quickly. Well, Maharaj, what can I say? Maya is so enticing. But my father tells me to look at it this way. At the moment you are attracted to Krishna's external energy, but you need to slowly start to channelize your activities towards Krishna's internal energy. And I am trying to apply this to the best of my ability. So Maharaj, please empower me and please guide me so that I may one day get the answers to all my questions. I just wonder how these kids, where they get, and Kishore Chandra said, last line he said, when he closed his offering, Maharaj, when the child holds the hand of the father, it may leave sometimes. So I beg you as a father, you hold my hand so that I will never leave you. These realizations, even now I am not getting it, but they are so amazing. I just wanted to end with this, and we are so glad that the legacy is going to continue even more stronger. Thank you so much. His Divine Grace Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj Gurudev ki Srila Prabhupada ki.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So nice to know that the future is in good hands. We'd like to end today's Vyasa Puja offerings by inviting Vaishnava Seva Prabhu to come, say a few words. After that, we will have Pushpanjali, and then we will all rise and we will have the final offering to Maharaj, Samsara Dhama. What we will do is we will have the Arati here so that we will have the space there for devotees to move and be with Maharaj and his Samadhi also. Otherwise, what will happen is we'll all be so squeezed, we won't even be able to take darshan of Maharaj. So as you are in the Arati also, feel free to please circumambulate, spend time with Maharaj. And Maharaj will be this way for the evening program also. But I leave it to Vaishnava Seva Prabhu now to close today's program with his offerings. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. कितने जन को भूख लगी है? हाँ बोलते हैं मेरे को। हरे कृष्णा। उनको भूख है प्रोजेक्ट, लेकिन महाराज जी की सेवा करने की ज़्यादा भूख है। तो हर साल की तरह हम लोग सब इकट्ठा हो रहे, और ये टाइम पे सिंगापुर से ज़्यादा क्राउड आया हुआ है और पहली बार आए हुए सब बहुत सारे लोग हैं। और मैं हमेशा प्रयत्न करता हूँ क्योंकि मैं ज़्यादा मूर्खता, अभी थोड़ा मूर्ख अभी भी हो, लेकिन ज़्यादा मूर्खता 1996 की बात कर रहा हूँ। अब महाराज हमको क्या बोलते, मारते तो नहीं, लेकिन गुस्सा करके हमको बिठा के भागवत करवाते थे। क्योंकि मैं था सुंदर गोपाल था, महाराज बाद में गो सुंदर ज्वाइंट हुआ, तो वो टाइम पे हमको सुनना क्या लिखना तो दूर की बात थी, फिर भी जबरदस्ती महाराज जी कुछ श्लोक लिखवाते थे हमारे पास से। तो मैं कभी भी हर साल एक श्लोक मेरे डायरी में महाराज जी ने जो जो लिखा है, कभी भी एक श्लोक लेने का प्रयत्न करता हूँ। और ये श्लोक है श्रीमद् भागवतम 4.25 चौथा स्कंद 20वां अध्याय श्लोक संख्या 25। आप मेरे पीछे बोल सकते हैं। सौत्तम श्लोका महन्मुखच्युतो भवत्पदाम्बोज सुधाकणानिलः स्मृतिं पुनर्विस्मृता तत्त्ववर्त्मनां कुयोगिनां नो वितरिति तलंबरे। अनुवाद इस तरह है, हे भगवान महान पुरुष आपका महिमा गान उत्तम श्लोकों द्वारा करते हैं। आपके चरण कमलों की प्रशंसा केसर कणों के समान है। जब महापुरुषों के मुख से निकली दिव्यवाणी आपके चरण कमलों की केसर मूली की सुगंध का वहन करती है, तो विस्मृत जीवात्मा आपसे अपने संबंध को स्मरण करता है। इस प्रकार भक्तगण क्रमशः जीवन के वास्तविक मूल्य को समझ पाते हैं। अतः हे भगवान, मैं आपके शुद्ध भक्त के मुख से आपके विषय में सुनने का अवसर प्राप्त करने के अतिरिक्त किसी अन्य वर की कामना नहीं करता। तो जिन्होंने महाराज जी का वैयक्तिक संबंध पाया है, तो बहुत सारे भक्त हैं और उनकी वाणी सुनी है, उनका स्वभाव, कभी कभी उग्रम विरम महाविष्णु भी हो जाते थे, बिजली का चमकर वो भी हो जाते थे। और गुलाब के पकौड़े की तरह एकदम सॉफ्ट मुलायम भी हो जाते थे। लेकिन दोनों में उनका एक ही उद्देश्य रहता था कि हम यहाँ पे लिखा है कि हम सोए हुए जीव किस तरह वापिस रास्ते पे आ जाए ना। हम रास्ता छोड़ के कोई गली घुस जाते हैं बार बार हमारे मन के विकारों के द्वारा, और हमको तब गुरु के शुद्ध विचारों में जाने का प्रयत्न करना चाहिए। एक्चुअली यही व्यास पूजा तो सब कुछ नहीं है। हर साल हम मिलके हमारा पिछला साल क्या क्या हमारे से गलती हुई है और हम कहाँ गलत है, और अभी हमको सुधारने का ये आज का दिन ज़्यादा उसके ऊपर मेडिटेट करना चाहिए। तो यहाँ पे बताया कि शुद्ध भक्त के मुख से आपके विषय में सुनने का अवसर प्राप्त करें, क्योंकि हमको अवसर प्राप्त हुआ था और उनका मैंने खासकर इतना लाभ भी लिया नहीं, फिर भी रियली हम सब ग्रेटफुल है कि कालचक्र प्रभु और उनके सभी टीम बहुत सारे लोग जुड़े हैं, रात दिन मेहनत कर रहे हैं। जो गुरुदेव अमृतवाणी और ऐप का नाम क्या है? हाँ, अमृतवाणी। और प्रभु जी रात दिन मेहनत करते हैं। सुदर्शन माता जी वाले बहुत सारे प्रभु जी माता जी, और रियली वो ऐप बहुत सुंदर है, आप लोग सब डाउनलोड करना चाहिए। क्योंकि महाराज जी के लेक्चर, उनके संभाषण, संवाद, टेलीफोन कॉलिंग, मैरिज, सभी चीज उसमें इन्वॉल्व है। और सबसे बड़ा एडवांटेज क्या यहाँ पे दिया ना कि शुद्ध भक्त का जो वाणी हमको अवसर बार बार प्राप्त हो रहा है वो ऐप द्वारा बार बार हमको सुनाई देता है। तो कहने का मतलब क्या है, इस श्लोक में ज्यादा पढ़ना नहीं चाहूंगा, लेकिन आगे देखिए बहुत सुंदर लिखा है भावार्थ में, भगवान प्रत्येक सुप्त जीवात्मा को जगने और भक्ति में लगने के लिए कहते हैं, जिससे उसके इस जीवन के उद्देश्य की पूर्ति हो सके। यह उद्बोधन शुद्ध भक्त के मुख से निकलता है। इंग्लिश में बहुत पावरफुल सेंटेंस है। ये जो उद्बोधन है, जो भगवान की इच्छा है, किसके मुख से निकलता है? शुद्ध भक्त से। और हम सब अनुभव कर रहे थे, जैसे कालचक्र में बताया कि, और देवकीनंद में बताया कि जी बहुत से लोग हैं जिन्होंने महाराज को देखा नहीं, वो आज वो यही समझते कि महाराज कहाँ है, राजकोट है, सोमनाथ है, द्वारका है, कहाँ है। बाद में मुझे बोलते हैं महाराज तो मटेरियल भौतिक जगत से 10 साल पहले ही यहाँ से निकल गए। तो आश्चर्य करते हैं, क्योंकि इनकी वाणी, उनके बारे में लोग सुनते हैं, वो सब आश्चर्य करते हैं। तो इसी तरह यहाँ पे बात है कि जो शुद्ध भक्त, इनकी वाणी भगवान के ही मुख से निकलती है, हम मानना चाहिए। और आगे बहुत सुंदर सेंटेंस है, यद्यपि जब शुद्ध भक्त बोलता है तो उसकी वाणी इस भौतिक आकाश की ध्वनि से मेल खाती है, किंतु आध्यात्मिक रूप से यह इतनी शक्तिशाली होती है कि यह भगवान के चरण कमलों पर बिखरी केश धूलि का स्पर्श करती है। कितना सुंदर पावरफुल सेंटेंस है कि भगवान के चरण कमलों पर जो बिखरी केश धूलि है, उसका स्पर्श हमको शुद्ध भक्तों के मुख से हमको प्राप्त होता है। और ये लिए हम सभी भाग्यशाली है, जिन्होंने प्रत्यक्ष देखा नहीं देखा वो भी सब भाग्यशाली है, क्योंकि गुरुदेव उनके वाणी में आज भी हमारे साथ सभी के साथ आज भी उपलब्ध, बार बार उसका अनुभव करते हैं। तो देखिए ये जहाँ तक मेरा खुद का पर्सनल अनुभव है, सभी भक्त यही बात बार बार कर रहे थे कि महाविष्णु महाराज की सभी बातें बहुत दिव्य रीत से मिस्टेरियस है, रहस्यमय है। और मेरे को याद है जिस तरह पुण्य प्रभु ने याद दिलाया, उस पर मुझे याद है कि एक बार महाराज केरला गए थे और उनके शिष्य तरह विलोचन दास, बेल्जियम के थे, विदेशी थे, और केरला में घूम रहे थे। और कोई विद्वान ब्राह्मण, ज्योतिष ब्राह्मण था, उनसे मुलाकात हुई। बहुत बुजुर्ग थे और बहुत पावरफुल ज्योतिष शास्त्र में थे। वो हाथ देख के एकदम एग्जैक्ट बता देते थे। और महाराज जी को उसमें रस नहीं था, क्योंकि आपको बता रहा महाराज ने द्वारका और राजकोट दोनों मंदिर अमास के दिन का चालू किया है। उन्हें पूनम देखा नहीं कि शुद्ध दिन, उनके लिए जो दिन भगवान का मंदिर बांधना है वो सब शुद्ध हो जाता है, वो विचार नहीं करते। लेकिन वो व्यक्ति ने इंसिस्ट किया कि मैं इस व्यक्ति का हाथ देखना चाहता हूँ करके, और महाराज जी ने ऐसे ही हाथ आगे किया। हाथ देख के उन्होंने तरह को कहा कि इनकी उम्र हुई है, नो डाउट है, लेकिन ये व्यक्ति इतनी पावरफुल है, अगर चाहेंगे तो खुद का उनका इंस्टीट्यूट वो बांध सकते हैं, करा कर सकते हैं। तो उधर वो पहुंच हो गए, लेकिन बाद में आके बोले लेकिन वो करेंगे नहीं। इतने पावरफुल शुद्ध है कि अगर वो पूरे दुनिया में घूमेंगे तो उनका खुद का एक संस्था उभा करेंगे, लेकिन वो करेंगे नहीं, क्योंकि वो उनके जो भी गुरुदेव है, क्योंकि उनको पता नहीं उनका कौन से गुरुदेव, प्रभुपाद गुरुदेव है, उन्हें कहा उनके जो भी गुरुदेव है उस गुरुदेव के प्रति वो संपूर्णपणे समर्पित है। और देखिए प्रभु महाविष्णु महाराज हमको हमेशा बहुत तकलीफ आती थी। यस, हमको बहुत तकलीफ, हम डिस्टर्ब हो जाते थे। मैं देव के ना प्रभु, हम बार बार महाराज पर जाते थे कि ये बहुत तंग हो रहा हो, मानसिक तंग बढ़ती जा रही है। उसको तो बार बार यही बताते हैं कि कुछ भी हो, हमको श्रील प्रभुपाद की संस्था इस्कॉन को कभी भी छोड़ना नहीं, कोई संजोग में नहीं छोड़ना है, क्योंकि वो बहुत बड़ा आश्रय स्थान है हमारे। इतने वो उनसे जुड़े हुए थे प्रभुपाद से, कभी उन्होंने मन में सोचा भी नहीं। सभी उनके पास ताकत थी, तो ये उनकी शक्ति और देखते रहस्य में शक्ति की आप सब जगह पे। हमारा ज्यादा प्रयत्न नहीं है, प्रयत्न इतना ही है कि हम कैसे न कैसे लगे रहे। हमारी योग्यता नहीं है, कोई पैसा नहीं है, मेरी खुद की कुछ भी योग्यता नहीं, लेकिन कैसे कैसे जुड़े लगे रहे। और एक सबसे बड़ा गुण अगर हमारे में हम पकड़ के बैठेंगे, उनकी कृपा से द्वारा, हमारी कृपा नहीं है उसमें, हमारा कोई, कि एक प्रामाणिकता से रहे, बस एक प्रामाणिकता हमारे में रहे तो हमारा सब कुछ अपने आप वो आयोजन कर देते हैं। हम तो खाली भी सोमनाथ की चर्चा कर रहे हैं, लेकिन आपको बता रहा हूँ, एक साल में हमने ऑलरेडी इस्कॉन राजकोट द्वारा खंबा लेके जमीन खरीदी कर लिया, इस्कॉन खंबा लेके। यस, अभी पेड द मनी। और अभी वही महाविष्णु कृपा के द्वारा जो द्वारकानाथ प्रभु है, मुझे पता नहीं, जब द्वारका प्रभु ने मैं मिलने गया बॉम्बे, वो गोपाल हमारा शिष्य है, और मैं उनको बताने के जा रहा हूँ महाराज के बारे में, बोले जी मत बताना, मुझे सब कुछ पता है, आपके गुरुदेव ने कितने कष्ट किए हैं दोनों मंदिर बांधने के लिए, द्वारका राजकोट, वो कैसे भागवत भूषण थे, कितना जीवन सिंपल था, कैसे रसोई अपने हाथ से बनाते थे, खुद के हाथ से झाड़ू मारते थे, खुद का कपड़ा खुद धोते थे। उनमें देखता रहेगा करके कि उनको सब कुछ मालूम है महाराज के बारे में। और वो बोलते कि मैं इतना प्रभावित हो गया, द्वारका आए थे पहले, और बाद में पोरबंदर गए थे, कि मैं इतना प्रभावित हूँ और कि मैं इसके बारे में कुछ मैं आपको बोल नहीं सकता। तो उन्होंने पोरबंदर में तुरंत 1 CR 1 करोड़ निकाल के दे दिया, और हमारी पोरबंदर की जमीन भी वहाँ पे होगी। तो सब प्रेरणा का स्थान महाविष्णु महाराज जी, ध्यान रखना, हम खाली निमित्त में है, और वो दो पूरा नहीं हो रहा है। तो मेरा एक्चुअल प्रोग्राम चल रहा था कि हम जयपुर में कुछ गौशाला के प्रयत्न कर रहे थे, काटवड़ धाम के उधर जमीन देखी, सब फाइनल हुआ, भाव भी कम था, सूर्य चंद्र प्रभु की इच्छा थी, और सब फाइनल था। तो उसमें से जिसका मकान मालिक है, उसकी बहन खड़ी होगी और हमारे नित्य को बोली कि मेरा भी इसमें भाग है करके। जब भाग आ गया, वो जमीन का प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो गया, और वो हम वहां से निकल गए। तो आगे गए, जूनागढ़ का सोच रहे थे, भाई जूनागढ़ नरसिंह मेहता की जमीन है, उधर की 2-3 जमीन देखे, घूम रहे, और पता नहीं क्या, जूनागढ़ आए तो जरा सोमनाथ दादा के दर्शन करने जाया करते हैं। हम सोमनाथ दादा के दर्शन करने गए, सोमनाथ भगवान, तो उधर प्रार्थना कर रहे थे कि भाई आप कुछ कीजिए करके, लेकिन हमको पता नहीं था कि भगवान सोमनाथ हमको जूनागढ़ नहीं रखना चाहते, तो हमको सोमनाथ खींचे रहे करते। और मैं खुद अभी तक 24 बार गया, ध्यान रखना, लेकिन सोमनाथ का तो प्लान नहीं था, जा रहे थे, तो जाते थे, देखा क्या सोमनाथ में इसको तो कुछ नहीं, तो देखते जमीन, तो 18 बार तो मैं जमीन देखने गया सोमनाथ, राउंड मार रहा हूँ, जमीन देख रहा हूँ, राउंड मार रहा हूँ, ये जमीन वो जमीन, भाव ज्यादा है, भाव कम है, तो उधर मुस्लिम बस्ती है और एरिया अच्छा नहीं है, मछली का बास आ रहा है, सब ये सब चल रहा है, चक्कर चल रहा है। और उसमें से हमारे भक्त पीयूष प्रभु, उनका फोन आया कि भाई एक राम भाई है, ललित भाई आपको मुलाकात करवाएंगे करके। तो ठीक है, मिल लेंगे, क्या है, बहुत से लोगों को मिलना होता है। तो हम ललित भाई द्वारा राम भाई को मिल गए, और मैंने कोई सपने सोचा नहीं था। मैं एक पॉइंट बता रहा हूँ, मैं महाराज सब लेके जाओ, महाराज जी की सभी योजना प्री प्लान है, सभी जैसे जमीन में से निकालते वैसे उनका प्री प्लान है। खाली वो सिलेक्ट कर रहे हैं कि आपकी प्रामाणिकता कितनी है और आप कितना एंडर करना चाहते हैं। 18 बार गया मैं, बिल्कुल कंटाल नहीं गया, कोई बात नहीं, और किधर होगा, किधर दिन होगा। फिर 19 बार में रामबाई से मुलाकात, मैंने सोचा ही नहीं था, भाई बहुत सारे सेठ लोग को मिलते हैं, उसमें क्या बड़ी बात है, और एक सेठ को मिल रहे करते। और पहली मुलाकात में ललित भाई ने हमको मिलाया, और हमने बताया कि हम यहाँ पे सेंटर खोलना चाहते हैं, जमीन लेना चाहते हैं। लेकिन हमारी रीत है कि पहला हम लोग सेंटर खोलते हैं, वहाँ पे प्रचार होता है, लोकल भक्त खड़े हो जाते हैं, तो हमको ऐसा कोई जगह चाहिए। तो तुरंत हमने बोला ललित भाई को कि अपना हॉल है, कम्युनिटी हॉल, वो दिखा दो करके। मैं बोला खाली बोल रहे, बातें सब करते, क्या होने वाला नहीं करके। और गया देखने, हॉल देखा तो बहुत सुंदर हॉल है, मन में इच्छा प्रकट हुई कि ये जगह मिली तो अच्छे। और तुरंत इन्होंने, राम भाई ने हमको हाँ भी बोला, उनके लिए जोर से हरि बोलो। तो देखिए हॉल मिला तो खाली हॉल मिलने से उत्तम नहीं है कि अभी क्या करें। तो हॉल मिला तो चक्कर चलने लगे, उसी समय पोरबंदर का जमीन हो गया। और बाद में मैं खाली इतना बोला द्वारका प्रभु के भाई हम कुछ सोचते हैं कि गौर नेता की वहाँ पे स्थापना करें। और तो उन्होंने कहा कोई बात नहीं, गौर ने चिंता मत करना, गौर नेता आ जाएंगे करके। और गौर नेता वहाँ पे पहुंच गए, और उसी समय हमारे WRDC के चेयरमैन हरिद्वार प्रभु आए थे। तो बोला चलो आए तो जरा हमको सोमनाथ का जो जगह मिला है दिखाएंगे विराह में। उनको लेके गए, उनके हाथ से हमने गौर नेता का अभिषेक भी करवा दिया और भगवान की स्थापना वहां पे हो गई। उनको पता नहीं था कि आज अभिषेक होने वाला है करके, और अभिषेक हो गया, स्थापना हो गई भगवान की। फिर आगे क्या, आगे देख रहे थे राजकोट के 4 भक्त वहां पे रहना चालू किया, राजभोग सब चालू हो गया। और आपको आश्चर्य ये बात का हो रहा है कि ये सब चक्कर में अभी भक्त 4 ही थे वहां पे, लेकिन महाराज की योजना से वहां पे लोकल भक्त यहाँ पे बैठे, थोड़े अभी उधर तो गए, सभी 50 का क्राउड सोमनाथ से आया, उधर से लोकल भक्त माता जी लोग आगे आने लगे, सेवा करने लगे। कोई हार बना रहा है, कोई साफ सफाई कर रहा है, कोई रसोई में लग रहा है, बर्तन घस रहे, अपने आप सब बढ़ने लगा। और अभी मुझे आश्चर्य नहीं, हम लोग वो एक जमीन ऑलरेडी देख के रखी थी। आप जाएंगे सोमनाथ तक की तरफ, एक टोल टैक्स आता है, धारी का टोल टैक्स, उसको अड़के ही एक जमीन थी, बहुत सुंदर स्पॉट था, थोड़ा सोमनाथ से दूर था, 12 किलोमीटर दूर है, 12 का 13-14 फाइनल हो गया। हमने टोकन भाव दिया 51,000, मैं व्यक्ति का नाम नहीं लेना चाहता हूँ। फाइनल था, 2 महीने पैसा पेमेंट देना था, सब कुछ फाइनल चल रहा था, लेकिन मूल मालिक अलग था और इन्वेस्टर 2 में झगड़ा हो गया, 2 इन्वेस्टर थे अलग। 2 बोल रहा है तू बहुत कम भाव में दिया, वो बोल रहा है मेरा भाग का कम भाव में दिया, तो बोलता है तू तेरा भाग का दिया लेकिन मेरा भाग का मैं कम भाव में नहीं बेच पाऊंगा, मेरे को ज्यादा भाव चाहिए। उस डिस्प्यूट में वो जमीन का भाव नहीं, वो बढ़ता गया, प्रॉब्लम बढ़ता गया, क्या करे। उसने में इसी में ये 4-5 दिन में देवकी नंद का प्रोग्राम हमने आयोजन किया। पोरबंदर गए, पोरबंदर से हम लोग सोमनाथ गए, सोमनाथ का शाम का प्रोग्राम था। और मैं ललित भाई को बोला 2 दिन पहले, ललित भाई जो भी कुछ है कि भाई तो हमारे पास थोड़ा पैसा आया हुआ है और अभी कुछ तो करना है करके, तो लेकिन चिंता मत करना। और उसी दिन जिस दिन प्रोग्राम था, उस दिन राम भाई के एक आदमी है, कान्हा भाई का कानू भाई, उनके मुझे 8 का 10 बार मिस कॉल आए, लेकिन प्रोग्राम में मैं वो देख नहीं पाया, समय नहीं था, मोबाइल हर्ष के पास था, ऋषिकेश के पास, समय देख नहीं पाया। फिर इनका मुझे बात हुआ कि भाई एक जगह के अंदर दिखाना चाहते हैं। बोलो अभी जगह तो बहुत देख रहे हैं, लेकिन फिर भी देख लेंगे। सुबह का मंगला दिया प्रोग्राम इन्होंने अटेंड किया, तो मैंने उनको बताया कि भाई एक जगह हम देखने को जाएंगे क्या? बोले कोई बात नहीं, जाएंगे देखने को। अपने देवकी प्रभु ये सभी लोग थे, पुणे प्रभु, अपने सिंगापुर के ग्रुप था सभी, अब चलो जाएंगे करके हम देखने गए। इतनी सुंदर जगह हमको मिली है, रिजेंटा करके होटल है और रामबाई का ही होटल है, रिजेंटा बैठे हैं, रामबाई हाथ का ऊपर करो, आपको बोलना नहीं है, उनके लिए ऑफिसर ही बोलो। तो रिजेंटा होटल के जस्ट साइड में एक खेत आगे है और उसके पीछे 400-500 मीटर अंदर जाना चल पड़ता है। एल आकार का रास्ता है और दोनों संपूर्ण 3 बीघा की जमीन है, मालिक टाइटल क्लियर है, मालिक रेडी है। फिर बात करना था, तब दूसरे दिन बात हमने उसी दिन बात कर चालू किया। ये लोग जूनागढ़ पहुंच गए थे, देवकीनगर ग्रुप, वो मूल मालिक को बुलाया ललित भाई ने। मैं बोला ये पता नहीं होता है क्या नहीं होता है, लेकिन महाराज जी की योजना के बारे में बताओ। वो मूल मालिक आ गया, वो पहला बोला मैं तो मेरा प्रॉब्लम नहीं, लेकिन मेरा लड़का है, कुछ मनु भाई कुछ नाम लिया, वो तो 85 बोल रहा है, वो इससे कम होगा नहीं, लेकिन मैंने जवाब दिया है कनु भाई को तो मैं 80 के नीचे आऊंगा नहीं, बिल्कुल 1 रुपया कम नहीं करूंगा। ललित भाई ने बहुत प्रयत्न किया कि भाई गौशाला के लिए ये है वो है। फिर हमने सोचा कि नहीं अब एक ही उपाय कि राम भाई कुछ करेंगे करके, और राम भाई को हमने फोन करवाने बोला, तो राम भाई थोड़े तो उन्होंने तुरंत उनका देखिए। मैं एक बात बताना चाहता हूँ, राम भाई उसी जमीन के लिए 8 महीने से प्रयत्न कर रहे थे। वो जमीन के लिए राम भाई उनको वृद्धाश्रम बांधना पड़ा, राम भाई वृद्धाश्रम के लिए सेवा का काम था, लेकिन महाविष्णु महाराज राम भाई के द्वारा और बढ़िया काम करवाना चाहते थे। तो राम भाई ने देखी बड़ा मन करके तुरंत उन्होंने वो क्या नाम था उनका जमीन मालिक, मेघराज ना जमीन, मेघराज भाई को फोन किया, रिक्वेस्ट किया राम भाई ने, और मेघराज भाई ने उनका जबान रख दिया। वो आए, सब फाइनल हो गया और हमने को डील फाइनल कर दिया। और अभी हमारे सामने देखिए राम भाई अभी आके बैठे हैं। तो मैं खाली इधर पूरा देखिए, हम महाराज को सब अर्पण करना चाहिए हर साल। मुझे ज्यादा बोलना अच्छा लगता नहीं, लेकिन प्रैक्टिकल देना महाराज जी मुझे अच्छा लगता है। ये साल 2023 में ऑल इंडिया में बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में इस्कॉन राजकोट 3 नंबर में आया। और गौरांग प्रभु जब मुझे बोले कि प्रभु जी आपकी सभी बातें सब रहस्यमय है, और देखिए वो ये बता रहे थे कि जब जीबीसी मीटिंग में भी बॉम्बे के देखिए वो ये बता रहे कि इन लोग का महाविष्णु महाराज के शिष्यों को पता नहीं चलता है, इतने रहस्यमय है कि हम उद्घाटन में आए, हम सोचा कि राजकोट का मंदिर है, वैष्णव सेवा है, छोटा मंदिर बांधा होगा, और इधर आके देखा तो भव्य पैलेस खड़ा किया है उन्होंने। उनके लिए सब रहस्यमय है, क्योंकि महाराज जी इतने शुद्ध भक्त है, जो जो उनकी डिजायर है वो पूर्ण हो रही है। मैं क्यों बोल रहा, अभी 2 दिन पहले देख के बता रहे थे, मुझे पता नहीं था, देख के बता रहे कि महाराज ने 3 या 4 बार ये जो सौराष्ट्र की जो भूमि है उसके बारे में उल्लेख किया, खास करके प्रभास क्षेत्र के बारे में महाराज का वर्णन किया था कि यहाँ पे मंदिर होना चाहिए, जगह अच्छी है। और देखिए उनकी इच्छा द्वारकाधीश और सोमनाथ दादा पूर्ण कर रहे हैं। तो अभी एक छोटा सा 2 मिनट का फंक्शन है, कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें, लेकिन मैं चाहता हूँ कि हम रामबाई ललित भाई को इंस्पायर करें कि देखिए वो देवकी का प्रवचन का कीर्तन सुन के, बड़े व्यक्ति है, बहुत बड़ा एक बिजनेस है, फिर भी कल शाम को पहुंचे प्रवचन में, आज पूरा दिन यहाँ पे रहने वाले हैं। और मुझे बता रहे हैं कि मैं खाली 10th पास हूँ करके, मैं ज्यादा पढ़ा नहीं हूँ, और देखिए फिर भी उनके ऊपर इतनी कृपा है कि बहुत बड़ा बिजनेस उनका वहाँ पे, और कितने नंबर है। हम कभी भी गए वहाँ पे, हमने कुछ बोला उससे 10 फुट ज्यादा दिया, हमने 1 रुपया मांगा 10 रुपया दिया। मैं क्यों बता रहा हूँ, उधर हमारा हॉल है तो है ही, और थोड़ा आगे जाएंगे तो बड़ा बंगला है उनका, वो भी बंगला उन्होंने हमको सौंप दिया है। और उसके बाद में वापिस और 2 मकान अभी मुझे बताया कि बाजू में 2 मकान है, उसके बाजू में आप वो भी आप ले लीजिए करके। कितना देर हम लेने को, हमारा हाथ भी कम पड़ रहे, वक्त कम पड़ रहे रहने के लिए, इतना देखिए धीरे, क्योंकि ये क्या है, महाविष्णु महाराज उनके ऊपर विशेष कृपा है। तो प्रोग्राम इस तरह है कि मैं रामबा को बुला रहा हूँ, और आज जो जमीन फाइनल हुई है तो उनको हम महाराज के साक्षी में, आप सभी के साक्षी में उनका टोकन दे देंगे, उनको ललित भाई के हाथ में, और वो कागज पत्र हमारे हाथ में, देवकी नंद के हाथ में देंगे। और मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूँ, इसका भी पीछे कारण है। कारण ये है कि अभी 4 महीने पहले हमने एक जमीन टोकन दिया, लेकिन वो आर्य चली गई जमीन। तो अभी हम रामबाई को साक्षी रख के, महाराज साक्षी रामबाई के हाथ में देंगे, और आप सब साक्षीदार है, आप बोलेंगे रामबाई को, रामबाई जमीन जानी नहीं चाहिए हाथ से करके। इसलिए हमें प्रयत्न करें, आप सब साक्षीदार बनेंगे ना, सब रेडी है ना? तो इसलिए मैं प्रयत्न कर रहा हूँ कि ये छोटा 2 मिनट का प्रोग्राम है। रामबाई ललित बाप आइए, हरितोषण आप दे दीजिए, प्लीज कम। और सब लोग उनको आप कोई मृदंग बजाएंगे, हरि बोल करके आप स्वागत करते रहेंगे। ओके, हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल।
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि
जय श्री महाविष्णु गोस्वामी महाराज की। अगले साल आएंगे और महाराज कृपा रहेंगी तो हम लोग जूनागढ़ महाराज जी को ऑफरिंग करते हैं।
Jai. I cannot put any timelines to Vaishnav Prabhu because he's the boss here. But we're very grateful. You all know that whenever you come, Vaishnav Prabhu really takes care of us. He really does. That's why Maharaj named him as Vaishnav Seva. He's very particular about service to Vaishnavas, and no matter what time you call him, when you call him, he's always ready to serve everyone. This is the mood Maharaj wanted us to have. We're very grateful for his association and all the devotees in Rajkot who have been taking care of all of us. We cannot take any one of them for granted. So many of them are young, they're working, they are studying. We don't have so many full-time devotees. But Maharaj said whatever time they can take, you just come and do service, and then you go and work, and then come back and go and work. And like that, he has managed this place expertly. People think there are 50, 60 devotees doing everything here, but hardly we have that many. But Maharaj said, if you have heart, everything can go well. So we've come to the end of the program, but the most important part of the program. And now, Vaishnav Prabhu, we have Pushpanjali. So we will distribute the Pushpanjali flowers now. Can we give to everyone? Everybody rise. We'll invite Budendra Prabhu. We will do Maharaj Pranam Mantra 3 times. Right?